Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Dan and Bob Video Games.
Bob, do you think the internet latency is going to cause any problems with our intro?
There's no way.
Chris Wolfhard.
Patriarch Hamburglar.
And Dr. Agro.
In Roblox.
Here on GigaBoots.
Wow, what, Dr. Agro and Roblox? That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome. You gonna use our podcast as like some sort of platform to shill your Roblox worlds?
Quite the opposite, actually. I'm using Roblox as a way to lure in unsuspecting children and get them addicted to our podcast.
Are children really gonna listen to our podcast? Are they highly addicted?
I mean, like, you first get them addicted to Roblox and then transfer that addiction. Like, you mechanize the connection between the podcast and Roblox. It's all very complicated. It'll work out.
Podcast for kids. Kids pods. It's like got the Z on both. It's very cool. By the way, I should get this out of the way. I will be muting for most of this when I go to cough. But I caught a little bit of a cold. Don't worry. It's not COVID. From MagFest. And Bob did not, as far as we know. He seems perfectly in health. So Bob's on the other side of the internet, and we had to change positions because the text on his shirt, if we flipped it, you wouldn't be able to read it. But now I just look like
It's so low down there. That's ridiculous.
Look, it's important that somebody's going to see Garfield flipped. He's so asymmetric.
It's okay. I can remove the text.
You can. Oh no, Ash!
What the fuck?
Ash said hi, motherfucker. And then you start unloading.
Call the Pokemon Center, but not for me.
Not for me. Oh my god. But yeah, MagFest was a lot of fun. Bob, that's scary as hell that you had that in waiting.
Yeah, it turns out Pokemon Days offered me many options.
Dozens and dozens and dozens.
Sometimes it's very sad.
I finally got, I'm not sure if people remember the U-Shark as a Podlord years ago gif of the flopping shark, but U-Shark actually gave me the shark plushie at MagFest, so that's delightful. I got that now. and this cold. Hey Bob, how's it going?
It's fine.
Cool. Chris, have you contracted an evil disease?
No.
Aggro?
I did have food poisoning last week for a second, though.
What the fuck happened?
Jeez.
What'd you eat?
I don't know. I assume it was food poisoning because I was sick for 16 hours.
It's harder to tell with food poisoning because of how long it takes to actually set off after you've eaten the terrible thing.
Not that you would know anything about that recently,
no,
right?
You wouldn't. Aggro wouldn't.
I had a virus.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
No, that was not food poisoning. That was...
Yeah, that was an evacuation.
Jesus. Yeah, no, I really loved your story on that of like, oh yeah, my niece ate something, didn't agree with her last night is what they told me. Man, I don't know though. Like it just looks sad that I'm over here turned into the corner. Like before we went live, they all pointed out it looks like they're talking about me behind my back. Are all the viewers getting that vibe too? I feel like that's the way it comes across. I don't know. Also, I'm the only person who's not a VTuber, so this is bullshit. I'm sick. I cut my face shaving, and everyone else gets to be a fun VTuber. Well, you know, fuck it. I'll be a fun VTuber too. Hi, how's it going? Bob, you been playing any games lately?
No.
Do you play video games? You played some indie shit at fucking MagFest.
Yeah, no, there were a ton of games to play at MagFest. There was a ton of stuff in the arcades. There was a bunch of indie games and just all sorts of other weird stuff in the museum.
No, it's always been my understanding that MagFest runs a game of laser tag at night in the parking lot, where if you lose, you die. Is that actually true?
We can't talk about it. That's a part of the rules. Who told you, by the way? I'm just asking.
So I'm assuming you won.
Yes. Sadly, from the indie game corner, I didn't even get to stop by the Unbeatable booth. Because I mostly was over there during the middle of the night. I got to try that Nemo game. I still don't remember the subtitle. Did you remember it, Bob?
No, I didn't even play that one, so I didn't look up which Nemo game that was.
Yeah, I need to look that up real quick. While you talk about the games you've been playing, I'll go look that up real quick.
One thing I found in the actual arcade section is they had the EXA arcade thing, which is a weird, like, more modern arcade unit. And they have updates for old games, like Breaker's Revenge Chicago Edition. And I thought that was really funny. It's like a 2D fighting game with pixel art. And it has a character the closest in any fighting game, I think, to H Clan.
Oh.
But yeah, she's a ludicrously ripped cat girl, and she even transforms into a jaguar.
And what's this character's name?
I actually don't know.
Bob, you had one job.
I know. Let me see if I can find. Let's see, Breaker's Revenge. Chicago. Cat girl.
A lot of people in chat really interested, Bob. You got to get on this.
Let me see. How can you not just have a list of characters?
Okay, so I have found which Little Nemo game I did not play. A lot of help that is.
Let me see.
Bob, you can search for this later. We can loop back to this.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right. I also, in the indie game section, I played Nira Across Skies, which is Nira. It's a 3D platform with lots of interesting movement stuff. So it kind of feels like it's not a 3D Sonic, but it's like a different take on what a 3D Sonic could be, because there's a whole bunch of ramps and things, but you don't have, like, it's not trying to be a 3D Sonic game. I thought it was a lot of fun. The demo is not up on Steam or anything, though, so people can't try it themselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a picture. Hopefully there's at least a picture of this stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I had to take pictures with my phone for a lot of these to make sure that I remembered them. I got a terrible picture of the game, but I actually but it had this logo in the background, so I could remember what it was called. Snap the Sentinel is another cool one I played. It's trying to be Gunstar Heroes Genesis, but is an FPS.
Say the name of that one again?
Neat. Snap the Sentinel.
Okay.
And the other cool stuff I play in the indie section was mostly things that were not replicatable at home easily.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of custom like interface stuff. Like, for example, we played a game, what was it, Cententable or something?
Yeah, Cententable, which is CENTENNTABLE.
Yeah, so like Centennial, but table just erupts the word at the end. It was no shit an arcade with 50 buttons per player, and every fucking round and sometimes mid-round, each button would change its function. And it's a fighting game. And it was fucking hilarious. And individual buttons, you would have to push them for longer in order to pull off specific moves and things.
Yeah, it was a complete nightmare. But yeah, I actually looked it up. You can download that. You can download it and play it at home. You need 4 keyboards. But yeah, that's a complete nightmare. It seemed like every time you'd hit a button, it changed what the button did too.
Did you say
It's like
4 keyboards?
Yeah.
The funny thing is I didn't know that. I was just thinking about that while we were playing, and I was like, how many keyboards would you need to even do this? And I'm like, I guess 2 would work, right? So it is playable with 4 keyboards.
Yeah. No, I was surprised to find that out.
That's kind of amazing.
You know what? I'll at least show this in the picture of, because the way they had it set up at MagFest is they have like arcade buttons, just a gigantic pile of arcade buttons in front of you. So I got a picture of that. I'll throw in Discord for the co-host to see.
Yeah, I can throw it up.
Let's see. And of course, I have many, many pictures from this event, so it's going to take me just a second to nail down.
No, you only took a couple photos at MagFest, right?
Yeah.
There's barely anything to photograph. You know, Matt OB was doing that. I'm not sure if you saw. They were doing a stream of recapping MagFest last night. It was really fun. It took 5 fucking hours though, so they didn't even play anything after that part.
Yeah, of course. This thing is huge. Okay, did it?
Did it?
Did it
One
send?
moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, 1 second. There we go. Oh hell yeah. Yeah, no, it's like instantly you can look at the picture and tell why this is absolutely hilarious. The best part is the thing was so like incredibly bizarre to deal with that we were just speculating how the fucking game worked at every moment. Even people winning are just like, I think it does this. Like, look at this. That's amazing. And of course, what we didn't bring up is like a lot of the buttons on Senton Table. It doesn't even do a move. It'll change the visualizer, so they'll throw like garbage on the screen.
Yes.
Like, so you put a CRT shader, make it black and white, make it X-ray, and the other buttons just drop a piano. It's really amazing.
I feel like if you keep making Saw movies long enough, you eventually invent this.
Did you have any other games you wanted to talk about from the indie section?
There's also Climb Time.
I did not see this. What is that?
No, you played this.
Oh, that was the name of that. Holy shit. So
yeah.
It has 4 fucking micro switch style arcade sticks put in a 2x2 grid, and each one's your limb. And you have to move each limb in order to like climb up the damn thing. So you're climbing up a wall and it's throwing shit at you, and there are power-ups to do a super leap and shit. It was really cool. Wonder how you would replicate that on a normal controller.
Yeah, I don't know. You might need 2 normal controllers. It was kind of a nightmare because the setup they had, which I showed a picture in the Discord again, it's not locked down at all. It's on this like Erecta set thing they built themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing, and that's not even the worst part, right? The worst part is neither is the monitor. This shit is just sitting on a table.
I'm extremely surprised I didn't just hear that thing crash sometime that night.
Right, because the thing isn't locked down, so the arcade board is constantly pushing it further and further back, these joysticks rather, into the monitor, and both of them are on a very tiny table. I was expecting that shit to get knocked off at any second. Aha, I can mute and cough and no one will ever know. Okay, my co-host will know.
Yeah. And there were some other cool ones I can't remember the names for. Darn it. They had a whole section in the indie place for, hey, check out these Game Boy games that are like made new. And we put them into the old school Game Boy screen thing that's for your home use, where you like shove the Game Boy into some sort of magnifying device.
Wow.
And it's a nightmare. It's like, this was a really cool idea, but this is not usable, really.
What? I had a Game Boy magnifier when I was a kid. It worked fine. And any idea that works scales up infinitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at every part of our economy. The evidence is there.
Yeah, I took a picture of one of them where the parts of the Game Boy were falling in front of the screen. It was not working right at all. I wanted to play this,
no.
but look at that.
1 sec. Let me see this. We got to get this on screen. That is amazing. One moment. They need to see the glory that is this.
I feel like half of them were basically that. Of like, man, this is a really cool idea, guys.
It's incredibly funny.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. That's awesome. You
It
can
really does
mostly see
almost
it.
look intentional.
Right? And that's the thing about MagFest. Like, there's a lot of it that is just that intentional level of like, is this supposed to be funny busted? Like, there's just some things about it. You know, like the oh god, what is the name of that actor? The one from Always Sunny that they have the shrine for every year.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's shrine is just a pile of shit in the corner of the room, and it just keeps growing the entire fucking weekend. It's so funny.
This thing looks like a machine that you put your original Game Boy into, and if you lose at whatever game you have inserted, it bricks your Game Boy. Just puts a spike through it. Well, real quick, before we get too much farther away from it, this Climb Time installation.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's tantalizingly unclear in the picture. Please tell me that time is spelled Timb.
No.
No.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's okay, though. You can do that and no one can sue you. Any other games, Bob?
Yes, there are actually a lot of cool stuff in the museum section.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
I think I spent the most time there in the Japanese flip phone part, where it was a bunch of just, what are they called, K phones or something?
Keitai, I believe.
Yeah, those games are trash, but it's really cool they had them here.
So here's a good example to really set everyone's expectations appropriately. They had Ridge Racer, but it was a banged down version of Ridge Racer on the PSP that they got, like, they reduced the polygonal detail. It ran at 20 frames per second, and you steer it by tilting the phone. You turn the phone sideways and just move your fucking hands, and it's really fucking funny. It runs so ass.
Is this the market the N-Gage was trying to compete against? Is that...
Yes.
That context makes it make more sense.
It certainly does.
This is way past it, though, because, well, I guess it ran through it, because one of them was a 3D screen phone. Like, it was competing with the 3DS.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, some of this stuff is literally on top of the N-Gage and slightly after, and then some significantly later. That 3D screen was rather respectable. I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, it looked decent. The only thing I played on it was Sonic Golf. And it ran about, I don't know, 6 frames a second?
Yeah, no, actually literally 5 or 6 frames per second. The whole thing's slow motion. So imagine your average golf game where the meter goes to the right and then it goes back to left and you have to time that. It is so easy here because it's in slow motion. It was so brave of them to make that 3D on that phone.
Yeah, what did it do for the regular phone, right?
I don't know. But yeah, there are so many there's so many cool things during the vintage game museum section. Like, they had the PSP dev kit hooked up and it was playing a game that looked like that port of Oblivion that got abandoned entirely. Like, someone apparently just took a version of that and put it on that dev kit so it was playable on day one. I didn't get to see it. They had a ton of stuff. There was Bad Apple running on a Vectrex. That was cool as shit. My favorite part, in my opinion, just from it's instantly funny. They had an Atari 2600 next to a 5200, and the 2600 was running the most depressing version of missile command you've ever seen, where all the analog stick does is choose which tower you shoot from. And then you hit the fire button. It only has that one angle. You can't change the fucking angle. And then the 5200 had proper rollerball missile command. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a good way to be like, look at this total dog shit compared to this actually great experience. Hooray.
Yeah, somehow I didn't notice that. I only played real missile command. I didn't notice this awful version next to it.
It was really funny. Unfortunately, they changed the game later. The games on the Vintage Museum stuff was changing pretty frequently. Did you get to play any of the Tron Arcade?
Yes.
Okay.
I did play the original Tron Arcade, but not the
Tron Legacy one.
No, the Tron disc, whatever.
Oh, Discs of Tron?
Yeah, Discs of Tron.
Yeah. I didn't get to try Discs of Tron.
Yeah, that original Tron Arcade is pretty rough. Also, they had it cranked insanely loud, which was crazy.
It was pretty funny. The arcade, I don't know if I got a single good picture of how huge that arcade was. But the real arcade is absolutely fucking massive. And so the loudest thing at this event that wasn't a concert was when I was playing Groove Coaster, and somebody started playing a rhythm game next to mine, but their speaker was aimed at me, and it literally became painfully loud. And I was like, no, I should have worn earplugs to the arcade. What was I thinking?
Yeah, that whole section with the rhythm games is just so loud. You basically need earplugs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, there was a really great moment where we were playing so they had 3 tiers of Densha to Go machine at MagFest. One of them was normal Densha to Go with 3 screens. The other one was the giant cab version. It was awesome. And then they had this tiny baby Densha to Go. And I got into it. I was instantly like, this dude's condescending to me every moment because there are only like 4 buttons. And the guy's like, oh, sugoi. Aw. Every time he's like, hit the horn, and it takes me forever. And then he still just claps and praises me. And I got out of that.
Sad.
And me and Matto were talking about how condescending and funny it was. And then Spiff's like, oh, I thought I was doing really good.
Me
awesome.
playing Battletoads on the Genesis.
You're like, oh, it seemed easy to me.
Yeah, that version is so goofy. That's the only version of Densha to Go I got to play, which for people who don't know, that's the train driving simulator.
Did you imagine someone not knowing Densha to Go? But no, seriously, go ahead.
You climb in what is obviously a tiny mini train cockpit for children. And then you have 4 different buttons and a little lever to make the train go forward. And then like a horn. So
Yeah.
if birds fly next to you, you gotta hit the horn so they fly away. And then the dude's like, oh, EA, sugoi.
Sugoi. No, it's really, really funny because the size of this cabinet is literally like you're thinking about with like American arcades and things made for kids. So it was like unbelievably cramped for any of us to get into.
Yeah.
It was so funny. But the thing is, the full-size cab, the thing that's fucking massive, it's like most of the size of the GigaBoots office. Like, it's at least half the size of this room I'm in. That one, like, always has a line for 72 hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get in there. I think next year I'm just going to have to camp it just to make it happen, because it was even like 7 a.m. on the final day, and they shut down the arcade at 2 p.m. that day. We stayed insanely late. Actually, even at 8 a.m. the final day, it was just there was always someone.
Yeah, there's always a line.
Yeah. So next year, that's my goal next year. My goal next year is just wait it out no matter what. Did you have any of the other stuff you wanted to talk about at the Vintage Museum? Because it had a ton of shit.
Yes.
It's almost like
I'm going
too
back
much
to the
talk about.
phones.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Go return to phone.
I'd always heard about the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children app on phones. And how you got to see cool 3D models of the characters. I, in my head, thought they would look just a little better than they did. So kindly getting to see it and be like, oh, this is horrible, was pretty surprising.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you for taking a picture. I did not take a picture of this, and I'm so glad we get to show people Cloud's beautiful face. I type in Cloud, my image folder's like, oh, Cloud NFT? Thank you, Square. Anyways, look at his beautiful face!
Yeah, no, it looks so good. The other thing I have to play on the phones is another game I'd heard about for years. Devil May Cry 3 got ported to phones.
Did you take a video of that?
No, I didn't get a good video of that.
Matto got a picture or a video of that. Matto, can you send me that video? I just want to show it even without audio because it's so funny to see. Did that thing even let you run in 8 directions? Because it looked completely four directional.
It was 4 directions. I got a picture at least.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's most of the missions, because the way it works is you're going through just a set of individual rooms. And a lot of the time, the mission in that room is to get out of the room. So just run to the other side of the room and open a door.
That is ambitious enough for Dante in this framework. Let's see. Okay, let me throw up. There we go. Look at this beautiful. So good.
Yeah, you have an attack button and a shoot button. You can even kind of pretend to do like a juggle because it has the launcher, but I couldn't actually get anyone to be launched with it.
You're like, come on, guys, please.
It's rough. And the controls are, you have on old school phones, you have the like D-pad thing in the top center, and there's a button in the middle of that. The button in the middle of that dodges. That's where your dodge button is.
Wow.
And then like the bottom row of numbers is your actual attacks and jump button.
Okay.
So,
everyone who's listening, this may be a little loud for 1 second because I'm super lazy about how I play these things. So maybe turn down the podcast for a second. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3-inch television. Okay, there we go. Look at this beautiful fucking game.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's ludicrous. This is what I was missing out on.
Yeah, this is the Devil May Cry on the go you always craved.
My thumb hurts just looking at that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's so good. It's like Kingsfield and Devil May Cry had a baby. It looks like PS1 Kingsfield to me. It has that fidelity.
I have to use these guns.
What is this, DMC2?
Dante must fight his scariest foe yet, a really sick skeleton.
The only other thing I played on the phones was a version of Bust Move that also ran at like 5 frames per second. It's like, guys, it's Bust to Move. It's 2D. How is it running this bad?
Yeah, that's weird. Wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, something else in the museum is actually a new thing called the Game Tank, which is like some project to make an open source 8-bit console. And the whole thing is, the idea is it's really cheap to make and you can 3D print all the parts.
Oh,
But
yeah, that.
the controller they made for it is the worst one ever made.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Look at it. Look at this.
No, you don't realize how bad a 3D printed console.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, no.
Chris,
it basically doesn't work either.
This is the future of gaming because of all the parts not being available. Chris, are you ready? Name your favorite button. Mine is C.
Hopefully hopefully since the Game Sir is so cheap normally, it'll only go up to $150.
Oh.
You know, when you iterate something the first time, you don't have to stop. Like, you can take another pass at it.
No. They did it. They achieved their goal.
But yeah, it's just a brick you hold and pretend you're playing a game with.
It's so bad. Why is the C button like that?
I don't know.
It's funny because I'm like, I'm sure when I hit it, it'll feel good at all and justify its shape through an engineering reason. It had to be shaped like that. And then you push it might be the worst button on it.
I was like, is it at least a rocker? Is it two buttons?
No,
Absolutely not.
no.
Like they 3D printed this. It's not shaped like this because this is the piece of plastic we had, and we wanted to like drill it out real fast and get a working prototype. You AutoCAD'd this thing.
It's okay. I asked ChatGPT to make me a game controller, and it did.
That's harrowingly possible.
I'm trying to remember what. Oh, yeah. One thing we haven't brought up about the Vintage Museum, which is really interesting in my opinion. This was not the case last year. There were something like 12 or 16 Tohos set up.
Yeah, no, like half of that thing felt like it was Toho.
Which was crazy. I
Like
don't
actual Tohos, or are we doing the
actual
bit?
Tohos. Like, they didn't have Toho 1, but I think they started at 2.
Yeah.
And it was just a shitload of Toho. It was great, honestly. But it was very confusing. I don't think any of them were Japanese microcomputers. I think they were all IBM compatibles. I think.
Yeah, they looked like they were all just really old IBM compatible stuff.
Yeah. So that was funny as hell to me, especially since the Vectrex was playing Bad Apple.
Until it died from playing too much Bad Apple.
Once it finishes playing Bad Apple, it just goes brrr. It makes a loud clicking sound. It's so funny.
This did give me a chance to find a PC Engine game I'd never heard of. And I'm going to try to pronounce this. It's in French, so it's not going to go well. Faucette Armoire? I don't know.
Normally, armoires do not come with faucets, but thanks.
But that game was really neat. It was like a side-scrolling action game where you had a swinging mechanic that was kind of like the one in I think the Genesis Castlevania had a swing mechanic kind of like this.
Yeah,
but it worked on like
mechanic.
It works on like everything though, instead of only select materials. And then you play as like this anime girl, and when she gets hit, her armor falls off. So you can see why it might not have been brought to the States.
No, I don't understand at all, actually.
But that game's really cool. I need to go find the full version of it, or find a version of it I can play on the Mister, rather.
Mm-hmm. No, you're gonna collect it. MagFest touched you once, and you became a vintage game collector, right?
Ugh. Ugh.
Could you imagine? The prices at the retro game store at MagFest was, of course, terrible. I didn't even look at it, but Matto stared deeply into that and was just horrified at everything. There was a copy of Just Dance 4 that was like $39 or $29.
It's Just Dance. What are you talking about?
Right? What the fuck were they thinking?
What? Things get more expensive as they get older. That's the only mechanism at play.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how that works.
All right.
But yeah, there's for our co-host to see how anime that Faucette Armoire game was.
Oh, 1 second. Let me pull this up. That is pretty sick.
Oh god. I took a picture of the conference room for that incredibly terrible panel we didn't stay for the whole thing of defending Mega Man X6.
Yeah, there actually was a Mega Man X6 apology panel. It was like the first day, and we didn't have plans yet, so we thought we would pop in for a second just to see how that was going. You took some pics of that?
Yeah, I shoot that in there.
Oh, okay. I wish this is how empty it was when the panel was going. That would be
Yes.
because the theme with MagFest this year was Mega Man X. It would have been really good if everyone just collectively decided, no, we're not hearing you out this time.
Man, I got a picture of the real Denture to Go cabinet, but not the baby one we used.
I might have an image of the baby one. I'll look into that later.
But yeah, I think that's basically everything I tried in the museum and in the indie section, except the ones I can't remember the names of. And then there were so many different things in that arcade. Like it's a fool's errand to try and recap everything we played in that arcade.
Yeah, no, it's completely impossible. My favorite thing was the they had a thing that was like called Newman Olympics 2 or whatever, Mock Breaker. So the total input method is 3 buttons. It's 4-player. And almost every Olympic sport you compete in is you rapidly mashing 2 or more of those buttons, and then that's it. Or you need to hit the middle one. So in one of them, you need to run up to a car that is driving at you, vault and flip off of the pad that's on the front of it, and then spin as fast as you can in midair to stay afloat. And then you need to land past a certain part. If you don't hit the button in the middle at just the right time, the car will hit you and run you over. It is such an amazing arcade machine. It's so funny. That was fucking awesome. Yeah, but there were like 10 million arcades. I don't want to blow up the whole episode by just talking about all of that.
Right. I thought one was really funny because it was a sniper game that was like a silent scope, but it was way newer. It had a fan built in, so it would blow wind in your face.
Yes. Prop Cycle was back, and it was fixed this year, and it also has a fan inside, so wind can hit your face, so you can really feel like you're flying through the air. I'm really glad that Prop Cycle was back. It was sad that as the days went, people beat the shit out of the controls, so that way it's like N64 stick style, getting the hugest dead zone with no resistance you've ever felt. You know, check this out. I got my blush with me. Anyway, was there anything else at MagFest you wanted to talk about, Bob?
I can't think of anything right now, but I'm sure that there were 100 different things that were happening.
It's true. Okay. Did you play anything before you went to MagFest that we needed to talk about?
Oh, right. I did. I played more Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Ooh.
That game is really neat, but it barely has any Zelda characters in it, which feels like it's really stupid they even made it at this point. It's like you basically the only real Zelda characters in that game are Zelda, Rauru, the ancient king, and his sister, the whatever her name is, who uses different magical devices. And then Queen Sonia isn't even playable, which is just like you failed the assignment.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wrong.
But yeah, everyone outside of that is just a made up OC for this game. Like, oh yeah, do you want to play as like the actual Guardians from the last game? No. You get recolors of all of them that kind of act like the other characters. Yeah, I don't think you can even play as Ganondorf. It's pretty frustrating.
Why can't you play as Ganondorf?
Well, he's the bad guy.
Have you played a Warriors game before?
Right?
Like, I'm not sure if you realize. I am often the bad guy.
Yeah, I don't. It's really frustrating. It's like, man, I didn't think that I would be this upset with that, but it's pretty. Like, I think I'm just gonna stop playing. I'm most of the way through even.
Oh yeah.
And I like the way it plays. I like a lot of the mechanics they have in here. It's just like, man, I want to play as characters I know. They didn't even bother to put in like a replacement ninja character because there were the ninjas you could play as in the last game. And they're like, well, I guess that the Shikai people don't exist yet. It's like, why not?
That's kind of how I felt about all these Nintendo IP-based Warriors games that feel the need to be attached at the hip to a mainline, just one entry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and I'm looking at this game still has 19 playable characters.
Yeah, it's like a ton of characters, just no names. Like, here are 2 random Hylians. They look worse than any random NPC you'll run into in Breath of the Wild.
This is like wild. Here, you describe this.
Yeah. It's fun to play as Zelda. She has a really cool moveset.
I'm looking this up right now. I want to see the cast. I just want to see the cast of characters because every time you describe them, it's like 17 background characters in a movie. Is the way you make it sound every time.
And then they even do a crazy thing of like, they are the descent, like ancestors of those people in Age of Calamity. And there's a whole thing with the weird masks that they wear when they become part of the thing. So most of the game that they're wearing these goofy masks.
Yeah.
I'm like, your character design for their face already wasn't good, and now you've made them wear a helmet that looks even stupider the whole time.
Or it looks fucking awesome. How much are you into mossy green stones? If you're into that, I imagine this goes pretty hard.
I guess. Yeah, and a lot of the story, other than that, is mostly focused on these new robot characters that are like ancient technology that's been awakened. The good one is got a chunk of the Master Sword in it, and the bad one's like been infected by Ganondorf, and it's kind of like a duel between those two. And so this robot that can't even talk and is controlled by the Master Sword is one of the main characters. But his friend Calamo, the Korok, is really great, and I believe voiced by ProZD.
Oh, really?
He's definitely the highlight of the game.
We really do end up getting ProZD as a Scrimblow in these games, huh? Because he was also the fucking squirrel in God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
Which I love.
He has a much bigger role in this, at least.
I would... Well, the squirrel's a very important character.
He should have been.
Did you play anything else?
I also, on the trip, got to play a little bit more Hades 2. I found out that there are romance options in that game. I didn't unlock them until like 60 or 70 hours in, which is ludicrous.
Were you doing something wrong, or...?
No, it feels like it just takes that long to, like, have given everyone enough gifts.
Weird. Okay. I'm trying to find pictures. In order to make things easier, Matto sent me their album of pictures from MagFest. And I'm really just trying to find the food, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm trying to find the lobster roll.
If you want to talk about food, I got a picture of that stuff, pretty easy access.
Oh, yeah? Did you get the pic of the lobster roll?
Yeah.
It's okay, I just need to go through a few hundred pictures.
And I also got a picture of Jolly Bees.
Jolly Bees is important. We need more Jolly Bees.
We do. That was one of the best things we ate there.
Sure was. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and turn over the what we've been playing segment to Aggro, if that's okay with you, Bob.
Sure.
Okay. Hey, Aggro. What you been playing?
I got through Silent Hill F in the interim.
Oh.
That game's pretty neat. I'm not a big giant fan of having to play through it 3 times to get the real ending.
Yeah.
How do you feel about pregnancy monsters?
I feel like the first time was impactful. I feel like the next 8 times were maybe not as good, including the couple of times you had to fight them because they locked the door.
Mm-hmm.
But you can usually run past them, so it's all right. And then when you're doing subsequent runs and you turn the difficulty down to casual, you can just waste them in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, I definitely think after the first run, they should have trivialized a lot more of the Dark World segments.
I remember you guys saying, oh yeah, they added a section you can skip. I'm like, oh, I bet I know what that is. And I was wrong.
Yeah. No, it's... I was also excited for what could be skipped. It was not what I wanted.
Like, really? You took a look at the game and thought, oh, we should cut some of this out. And that's like, I'm not saying, oh, you really cut that out. Like, really? That's the one you picked? That's the only one you picked?
Yeah, it really should have been like 5 to 6 different places in the game.
Like I went through and did a second run with a guide. So I've gotten 3 endings, including the default one. Mm-hmm. And then I just went YouTubed the other 2. I really like playing as Hinako Shimizu. I really like hitting things with a crowbar as this absolute tank of a Japanese high school girl in a navy blue seifuku.
God, what do they teach those kids in track and field? This is always what happens. Track and field makes them monsters.
True. This is why track and field was so important in Gunbuster.
Yes.
You have to make them monsters before you send them out into the abyss.
I guess I haven't decided. I need to sit with the whole story a while. Up to and including the fact that I had to play it at least twice to get a bunch of the extra context. But all of how through most of the runtime of the game, you're witnessing conversations don't make sense and won't make sense until you understand. And then in the second playthrough, a lot of that dialogue is different and people are just saying shit out loud is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also annoying to just go through sections a second time, even though, because it's a horror game. Oh, I've seen this section, and you can just blitz the fuck through it and ignore everything isn't the critical path.
At the same time, though, it wants you to be grabbing all the little notes and stuff again, because those will change out. So it's like...
That's what I had the guide for. Like,
yeah.
IGN's New Game Plus guide is literally, this is only the stuff that's different. Go do this. God bless him. Other than that, I got to play a couple of VR games this week.
Oh.
One of which was Ghost Story. No, Ghost Town?
I've
already forgotten
Ghost Stories is that anime with the terrible dub, isn't it?
I think it's Ghost Town. It was 3 hours. I've already forgotten a lot of it. Fireproof are the guys who made the Room series, it's a puzzle series I really like. They ported their PSVR 1 game, A Dark Matter, to PSVR 2, was it last year or the year before? I think it might have been last year. This game is a radical step up in presentation for them. There are like characters and spoken dialogue and scenes, and you can move the left stick to walk around in the environment instead of only teleporting between stations. You put that game and you're like, are you sure this is Fireproof? And then you get to your first console and open a roll top to reveal the 3 buttons that use a math problem to solve the voltage for this. Well, okay, yeah, this is Fireproof Games. Okay, well, this is exactly who I thought it was. The additional presentation, the characters, the story, it's all really, really cool. It is also way most of the game. I wrapped this up and went, oh, that story was really cool. Do I remember 3 puzzles from that? There are puzzles in it. Some of them are pretty cool, but the density is way tilted toward all of this narrative they put in the game. And again, it's good, but these are the guys who made The Room, and that's really not what I bought the game for.
So it's kind of the Portal 2 problem.
Yes. So I'm really hoping we can get a follow-up where, I mean, I like this direction. I like the addition of stuff. You're in the UK in the 80s and you're a paranormal investigator and you go through haunted places and solve puzzles. And then at the end of the section, you use items you found related to the ghost's life to do this really cool severing them from these mortal bonds simulator where you're doing magic ninpo in the air along a stencil. And it's great stuff. It's just, it wasn't the pure bone marrow puzzle density I'm used to from these guys. So it's like, it wasn't bad. I was just disappointed. Playing it also, it made me realize that I have an irretrievable brain disease where I will play a flat screen video game and go, oh man, this would be really cool in VR. And then I will play a VR game and go, oh man, this would be a really cool walkabout mini golf level. Speaking of, there's a new walkabout mini golf level today. I got some pictures of it. It is this cool-ass little tiki island, and I'm like, oh, that's really neat. What I did not expect is that it would be dense with lore. This is apparently the cute little tiki island from whence the coconuts in Mighty Coconut come. Mighty Coconut, the company that makes this game. This is an island populated by adorable little coconut people.
Huh.
The fox hunt on the hard mode of the level is the story of you crash landing a plane on the island, being taken in by the natives, and shown this amazing religious experience of playing mini golf. Yup.
Don't order the don't order the tater tots.
I see the
though.
lobster
Don't do it.
roll. Yeah, those tater tots are like not it. The lobster roll does look very good though.
I really like this level. It is spatially dense and wrapped in and around itself. I like it a lot better than that Alice in Wonderland level they put out a little while ago. I don't know why that one just didn't click with me. I finally got to go. They put into like 3 or 4 different courses. You can just play chess in this game now. What? They just set up chessboards and you can go in and play chess. No, it's in the levels. You can just start a course and then go play chess. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, sure thing. Mm-hmm, yeah.
I'm muted. Sorry, I had shit over. I was just talking about Heartworm. None of you. That wasn't for any of you. That was between me and my co-host.
Oh yeah, IGN's got a pretty good list of those Hyrule Warrior characters. If anyone wants to take a look, see if they recognize anything in there.
Okay, sure. One moment. Let's see.
I'm not averse to a Warriors game having original characters, but you also made it so you can basically only have them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which
no, I'm fine with
probably
having
wasn't the
some,
right combination.
But yeah, this is like 80% of the cast.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from because it's kind of the equivalent of like, say they made a Smash Bros game and it was a bunch of original characters. Like
Mm-hmm.
a large appeal of Smash Bros for a lot of people is seeing the characters they love in it. Yeah, so I get it.
Like they should have just found some way, like if they want to do this in Prisoning War, they should found some way to open a time rift and be like, we're getting the people that you know.
Bob, someone in the
Well,
audience.
this is supposed to actually be a prequel, so they can't really do that.
Someone has said Rain Dog Warriors. How do you feel about that? Is that?
That's what they did in Age of Calamity, and people got mad. What the? That sounds way better.
It's almost like you can't win.
No.
Oh well. Blah. Sorry about muting myself and rambling about Heartworm for a bit there. I've been coughing so much, I'm trying to stay on top of it with the mute button.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Hey, Aggro. You were talking about Walkabout Mini Golf not that long ago.
I feel like that was something that may have come up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've thrown pictures of these adorable coconut natives into the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk about how good Walkabout Mini Golf levels are forever, but after you've heard about how good Walkabout Mini Golf levels are, you've heard the story.
I mean, it's worth reminding people. It's been a while since we talked about it, and maybe we got some new people who don't even know.
It really is just the best thing I have for my VR headset, and continues to be as they keep adding shit to it.
That topped on both of our that placed on both of our top 10 lists that year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really fucking great game. And the cool thing is it's cross-play, so you can be on any platform and play it. These are cute little coconut people.
Because they keep updating it, will it again be on your top 10 list?
No, because it's DLC and not a separate executable, and that's the rule.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I wouldn't feel too good about doing that. My top 10s are contentious and emotional. I don't need this as well. Did you play anything else?
I did. In less refined and a bit more janky VR news, I picked up Shadowgate: The Mines of Mythrock VR. That is a Shadowgate game. So it drops you into the first puzzle and goes, "Fuck you."
Sure does.
Oh.
But you are at all times accompanied by a one-eyed raven named Odin. We really broke the bank on the creativity on that one. But it serves a dual function. You can click the left stick and it will fly to a nearby post. It's basically just like a square stone post, like you'd see in a parking lot. You get used to identifying in the environment, and you can hit a button and see through the raven's eye, and it will identify certain things like glamored walls or invisible chests or switches on the floor. And you can do this at any time. You just have to remember to do it. You can also hit a button and the raven will give you a hint. Successively more helpful hints. And the first hint is always like, you should solve it, dumbass.
Yeah, that's sure. That's Leighton. That's how Leighton hints go.
He also has a fun feature. You can switch off in the menu, and I did after a couple hours, where if you don't advance quickly enough, he'll start complaining about how bored he is just sitting here doing nothing, and maybe you should ask him for a hint. In the menu, it's actually labeled Odin's sarcasm. At first, it was cute, but this is also a Shadowgate game, so I'm going slowly and looking at the floor and looking for secret switches on the walls, and then the bird won't shut the fuck up, and it really stopped being cute after a while.
Yeah, I don't know why people think that's an okay feature to put in.
They're really proud of how clever and funny this bird is. Every time you boot the game, the bird is there narrating the start screen. Every time. So before I'm able to click into my profile and click start game, he's, greetings, sorcerer. I am Odin. I will help you shut the fuck up.
Cool.
Aside from all that, it is a really fun, old school feeling. You know, it's Shadowgate, so you're crawling through these dark tunnels and monsters will pop out and you've got to shoot them with your wand quickly enough. There are switches on the floor that will just drop shit from the ceiling to kill you. There are red force fields that will just kill you. Shit comes flying out of the walls if you walk down the wrong hallway. The game hates you in a way that is really, really gratifying. It also gives you very hard save points. Of you get through this section, you stand on the circle, game saved. And at any point after that, you die, you pop up right back there.
Does this game feel like, you know, the original Shadowgate, you had an inventory. There is a situation you could get yourself into where it becomes untenable to finish. Does it feel like that?
No, it doesn't feel complicated enough to allow for that kind of circumstance. Like, I have an inventory, but it's mostly just potions, big key, end of level key. And then the blue rectangle you need to go in the blue rectangle slot to activate the thing.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, with the addition of all these save points, the game design itself, how should I say this? Like, the puzzles and the dangers aren't forgiving, but the structure of the game is. So it'll still like kill you because you didn't look at the ceiling, dumbass. But then you will respawn like 20 feet behind you, so it's fine. This game is also kind of jank as shit.
Yeah?
I had a problem for a day where every time I booted the game, my left hand was on the ground. The buttons on the controller still did what they were supposed to do. I could see the fingers on it moving in response to me hitting the triggers. It would move with me. It was just like locked in geosynchronous orbit to my head on the plane of the ground.
That's weird.
Yeah, I waited a couple days, played something else, came back, and it fixed itself.
When did this come out?
Oh, this... You know what? I meant to look into that. This version came out recently, this PSVR 2 version.
Yeah, they announced that specific version for much earlier last year, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think the regular version came out a while ago.
Yeah.
I got into a couple. There was this one section where I had to climb across a wall, and it is the year of our sword 2026 now, and climbing laterally in VR, it's the basic thing that your VR game has to be able to do. And 3 times in a row, so different VR games handle your head clipping into solid objects differently. Some of them just make them non-clip. Some of them black out the screen. Some of them just let you see behind shit. It's always a fun journey. This game does the thing where if your head gets too close to the object, it will just black the screen. And I guess also make your hands let go.
Oh, no.
So 3 to 5 times in a row, I was trying to climb across this rope, and I would turn into the geometry of the wall. And by the time the screen came back on, I was stood 10 feet down on nothing while the your vision turns red death animation played.
That sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Ugh.
I just looked it up. The original came out in 2022.
Yeah, that's... So when they announced that the port was coming, and it was supposed to come in like February or March, it sounded like originally, I was sitting there waiting to play it because I wanted to get ahead of the game of the year. And then it went silent for months. So I don't know when it actually did come out.
Twice so far in this game, because it's a Shadowgate game, I ran into like a pool of healing liquid that healed me. And the only reason I trusted it is because there was floating text in the air, like non-diegetic system message. This pool will heal you. I ran into another one of those later on when I got to the end of a section and there was a platform and there was a mine cart with like a steam engine on it. And off to the right, one of these messages was floating in the air and said, "This section may cause motion sickness to some players. Would you like to skip it?" And an accept button floating underneath that.
Jesus.
That's so considerate.
is.
I appreciate them going for both, right? They're like, we think this is cool. This will fuck up a lot of people.
VR design is like that. Sometimes it is for the few.
Yeah.
That's like I got in that cart and I can see how that would cause some problems. You're going past some vistas pretty fast. And it's really awesome. I'm going through the cart and like the mountain wall falls away and you can see the vista and the storm and the snow-capped peaks outside. You know, it's kind of low poly, but the presentation is there, and the movement and the speed. And you're like, yes, this is the kind of thing that makes it all worth it. And then the game hard crashed. So yeah, that's as far as I've gotten in Mines of Mythrock so far. It's a real great game. I hope it holds up long enough to get through it.
Good luck with that. Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
what have you been playing?
Ghost of Yote.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
I'm done with it. That doesn't mean I finished it.
Oh.
Yeah, I am the one that this black pilled on Sony games forever.
No, I can see it. I was afraid of that going in myself.
Gameplay wise, it's better than. Here's the thing: all the open world stuff I have fun with.
Mm-hmm.
Every story mission is an insufferable walk and talk. I don't think I've ever played a game where every single one has a walk and talk segment. I can't deal with it. Like, it's making me like, well, do I want to get through the game fast and thereby do them all with nothing between them? Or do I want to do everything and like space out the medicine? And if I'm trying to treat it like that, I might as well just stop playing it. I do want to talk about one moment. I go find a little area. I kill some Saito's guys and I find a shrine. And she says, Saito knows I need these. And I'm like, why? How? You consciously are aware that you get superpowers from these shrines?
I mean, how could she not be?
Saito is aware you're a video game protagonist?
Yes.
What? That's how Shintoism works.
Yeah. Did you read the script?
That's hilarious.
There's no way you read the script that didn't pick up on that. Like, no, wait a minute. This is a fucking video game.
I think some of the more cinematic parts are neat. Like, I think when you learn the dual katana thing and it makes the mini games fucking impossible.
Yeah, that's
The
good
first
stuff.
time is neat. But it's so much Sony.
Yeah.
Sony. Like, I got to the point where I'm listening to the main character and Jubei, spoiler character, talking while I'm going through a thing, and I'm like, he's gonna say this, then she's gonna say this, then he's gonna say this, and then she's gonna say this. And it's like, guys, write something else. Fucking Sony. God of War was too successful, so now every game has to have characters talking to each other as you do shit.
That's just the mold they make things in. Like Spider-Man, God of War, Ghost, and they all feel very similar in that way. You know?
Spider-Man had like the whole walk and talk segments with Peter and those people, but I don't know how to say this a nice way, so I just won't. Insomniac has writers that even through Sony's hand can produce things that I think, like with that Spider-Man game, that are good.
Uh-huh.
But Sucker Punch isn't that.
Yeah, I do think the worst part of this game is the plot. Like, I can't name a part that's worse.
Yeah, and I
about it.
remembered everybody saying the plot gets real dumb at the end, and I'm like, I shouldn't.
Yeah, did you go to the snowy area or the other area after leaving the first area?
I powered through until I killed the Oni.
Okay, so that means you chose that. Okay.
Yeah,
so you
because
didn't
that's
go
where
to
the
the snowy area at all.
Yeah, I not yet.
Okay.
And I probably won't. I might boot the game one more time.
That's fair. I
But,
feel like.
but I went to Yote because it's like, this is where you get bombs. And I'm like, well, I want bombs.
Mm-hmm.
You also need to go there first to keep upgrading your shit.
Well,
Do you?
no, the other way also upgrades.
A lot of it, I think. A lot of it requires only the Oni masks and not the steel.
Well, there's
Most have the
your
two
upgrade
ways.
paths are split between those two areas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not for armor though, or the bows. Or not for armor. There's something that isn't split
Yes,
that's just linear.
some of your armors, I think, are linear and need. Mm-hmm.
You couldn't throw shit at people in Tsushima, could you?
Not in that way, no. You just had
No.
ammo to throw shit. You did not pick up a sword off the ground and skewer a dude in Tsushima.
Did you not?
Yeah, see, and when I say
I
the
don't think
gameplay's
so.
a lot better, it really is, because it's like, okay, I'm wearing the armor that makes the throwable weapons drop more. So I'm gonna stealth kill a bunch of people,
Mhm.
then do a standoff. I can kill 2 people in a standoff, and at least one of them is gonna drop their weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And you can daisy chain so many kills together.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with Saito's casting. He is simply too nice a looking man.
What?
Like he just has this wholesome Santa-ness to like Santa-like quality to his face.
But he looks so electable. I want to vote for him. He reminds me of my grandpa. That's so funny.
I'm quite confident this wasn't going to happen, but as soon as I met Jubei, just hit the fucking spoiler button.
Oh, 1 second. Let me. Okay, you're good.
When you go to the first area that they point you to, like you can go to 2, but when you go to the Oni one, you immediately meet a samurai named Jubei who is almost immediately revealed to be Atsu's brother. Like I don't even think it doesn't even last 1 mission.
Mm-hmm.
So for a moment I was like, this is Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch's stories are real stupid. As I go to each area, will I find out nobody actually died and a different one is hiding out in each region?
That's amazing.
That would be really funny.
That would be so good.
I also think like it's just so much less cool to be killing these Clan Saito guys than Mongols. Like it feels like such a more low scale story.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, they try to do a lot of heavy lifting to make it be like, oh yeah, Saito is a warlord, and that's totally different from the other warlord that you're working with. This is morally different.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna do that. I am glad that we're getting a little bit of this is not true honor from them though.
Yeah, it's weird because in the first area they'll even paint the other warlord that's coming in that you're working with is also bad, and it feels like they forget that completely.
Like, yeah, they pay it lip service, but it's so built into the structure of the conceit of the thing you're doing, the game you're making, that's how it still is, even if a couple characters say differently.
You even get the like ambient dialogue from NPCs who are like, I don't like the Matsume either, but at least they pay us and let us eat and don't set us on fire if we don't work hard enough.
There's this weird, not even a subplot, just this weird thing where Saito, like, oh yeah, Saito will hire women. He's not a dick about that.
Oh, I hate that. That is so fucking stupid. That I got to that point when you do the Lord Saito training thing near the beginning. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. Like, that's the strongest I felt the Sony thing get on the board. Where it's like, we have to establish that he respects women as combatants. And I'm like, did you? Did you need to do that?
It makes it more complex.
Do you think you owned somebody putting that in? Like, that was my immediate thought.
That is the funniest way to play a video game. You're like, writer, do you think you're doing dunks right now? What the fuck?
Depressingly, that is a thing you have to ask a lot playing any AAA game now, because everybody has lead poisoning.
I thought we solved that. Wait, what?
Well, they're all Gen X.
Okay. I've stopped coughing. I'm good now. Coffee saved me.
It looks fucking gorgeous. I can tell the faces are better. I don't think they need to be that much better, but I can tell.
No, I'm sorry. It's not a real game unless you can zoom in and see every hair follicle on someone's face. This is
Sucker
reasonable.
Punch. Why did you bring back the completely baffling 7th gen thing of, I'm gonna attach a rope to something, then we're gonna pull, and that will open a door.
Right? Like, oh, I needed my grappling hook to pull this debris out for reasons.
Yeah, sometimes it like, okay, so you pulled on a thing, and that giant boulder went left, like it went out from the gap. I don't really get how that was supposed to work.
Like, it wasn't even, we're gonna block you off until you have this tool. You start the game with the thing.
Yeah,
it's just sometimes you need somebody else also pulling.
Like in Tomb Raider and Arkham Asylum, the whole point is that you get it later. Like, I don't know, very goofy.
Oh yeah, this is a goofy game.
Also, I did laugh at all the weapon training being, it's good against this one, but never the katana.
The katana is the most supreme thing we've ever invented. Don't even fucking try it.
Only katana must fight katana. And dual katanas and odachis are not katana.
Katanas are basically ancient Japan's Metal Gear. You can only fucking fight it with another one.
Like, why do we have weapons that are katana? Shut up.
God, we need to find some way to have that in the Game of the Year list. I don't know what it would be on even.
And much like the first game, I've tried a little bit to switch around with the weapons, and I'm like, what happens is whatever the first guy has when he comes at me is what I will use for that entire fight. It's like, no,
yeah,
I'm not switching off. I'm not switching for every single enemy. That's asinine. It's not nearly a big enough advantage to do that.
Like, I rarely switched off the Kusarigama unless it was to switch to dual katana to do its special move.
Its special move is ludicrously OP.
But Uchi katana and spear just kind of sucked.
I need to go up the mountain and kill that guy.
Yeah, the Kusarigama definitely
I like the spear's super move. Like, I like impaling somebody and then doing the charge, and if you angle it right, like, it almost always kills them, so that's nice. And you can also huck them off cliffs, which is even more nice. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, yeah, it knocked me out, but I do every story mission. It's like, why does every single one have to have a walk and talk? At least some of them, it's you can go as fast as you want and they talk at you. But there's so many where that isn't the case. And it's so, like, the dialogue is so nothing most of the time.
Yeah, I know I found the stuff in the Oni region less interesting than the stuff in the other region, but at the same time, I'm like, I know if you go and do that, then you have the entire last segment of the game that's all bad. So I'm like, it's hard to suggest you go back and do it.
Yeah, I think that like I think I've talked about this before about how with I beat all of Arkham City and then was full and couldn't go to Arkham Origins or Arkham Knight. Or when I beat when I like chugged Assassin's Creed 2 and then could never get into an Assassin's Creed game ever again. I feel like that's the point I hit with these open world Sony games where it's like, no, I'm full. Sorry.
Yeah, I hope that they start making more games that aren't this.
Can I take us out of spoilers?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I would even be fine if they dialed it back some. Like, just dial back the walk and talks. That is the biggest problem I have. Like, just make it a cutscene.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't feel like I'm pushing this cart uphill.
Yeah, like I really don't mind walk and talks. I enjoy them a lot of the time, but there does come a point where can you let me put the controller down so I can reach for some pretzels while this happens without my input?
Right, a lot of times it just feels completely not unnecessary like that. Of like, man, just make a cutscene.
Yeah, I feel like I have a decent tolerance for this, but I don't know. But just for some reason, this game just feels like it's every single time I actually start a mission almost. A story one anyway. Most of the side ones don't have that.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was doing all the weird little side activities like the wolf dens and stuff.
Yeah, all those are great. The wolf dens are great. I feel like you have so many more options for the camps to be better.
My favorite part was the gambling. I like when I
I like the gambling little mini game.
I wish it scaled up more.
I also got to the point where I'm like, bounties give you. This is an insight into the brain goblins a little bit. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop doing bounties because all they give me is money.
Yeah.
And I get plenty of that looting all the corpses of guys I kill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
But what if when I do every bounty, I get something?
I think doing a lot of bounties did have certain special ones show up that would be more story relevant. Like,
yeah, I got one of those with the guy who's like, we're gonna break into the camp and steal the gold, and then he runs away. Do you get a gun?
Yes, 2.
Yeah.
I will play until I get at least one gun.
But the second gun's funnier.
I am a little mad that such a big part of the Oni storyline is getting back his musket and you just don't take it from him.
Yeah, that was weak sauce.
I also don't really like the element of this character fucked up her revenge plan because she got unusually emotional for no reason for once. Just in the middle of her assassination plan. Also, it's bullshit. When you try to assassinate Saito at the beginning, I get that has to fail.
Right.
But it was
so majestic.
That was some real your DM just says no with no justification moment where it's like he senses it and dodges out of the way.
You just look, Saito's so powerful. He basically, in Bleach, they have so much reishi, they're just untouchable. That's how he became.
Like wow. I'd be fine if she dropped something or somebody noticed and shoved him out of the way and they got killed. But it's just like, oh no, he sensed her ki.
Yeah, she just straight up got cutscened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is Dante is stronger in cutscenes. For some reason, AAA protagonists become significantly weaker.
Yes. because you can't have them solve a thing in the cutscene. You have a lot of story to tell, but we want to have cutscenes. And we got to have them engage with the important characters, and the important characters can't die yet. Bob, I see your condition has recovered a little.
I guess I'll play till I get the gun and to see the Kitsune, because I don't expect anything remotely interesting with Saito's two useless Chud sons. Like, I don't expect them to be nuanced characters with many angles, and the Kitsune might be that.
Why would you show the third on the sons of Saito?
I mean, they're important characters. They're his sons.
Look, when even Saito in the cutscene, he's like, you fucking disappointments, get out of my face.
That's what makes them great.
That is the only new thing I played. On Saturday, the things that I have discussed before, yes.
Oh, okay.
On Saturday, I'm going to stream something. I'm pretty sure my networking problems are resolved. It's one of those things where it's like, well, I wasn't obsessive about my bitrate before this started happening.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this was normal.
Did my car always make that noise?
Right. Yes, it's literally, did my car always make that noise? I'm going to give it one stream, but I do intend to do Modern Warfare probably next weekend. But this weekend, I'm just going to, as a test, I'll do something stupid where it doesn't matter if it is janky. It might be a video game based on a YouTuber that might have multiple games about them. That might be an excuse to get that might be an excuse to get a lot of sound bites, including perhaps a horrible text-to-speech one.
Good.
I'm trying to think. I just played more Dynasty Warriors Origins. That was it. I'm having a fun time. It's a big game, though. That's it.
Yeah, that game is huge.
That game is massive. I don't know.
Did you even get to choose your faction yet?
No. No, that game is absolutely huge, and I spent most of the last days just healing and playing that, so that's it. We didn't talk about Robot Alchemic Drive, though, because we did that on a Friday before we went to MagFest.
That's true.
We didn't talk about Nanao and her bread soup. Chat, we're not exaggerating. That game is fucking great. That is a great video game. So for anyone who's never seen Robot Alchemic Drive, aka RAD, that is a game where you pilot a gigantic fucking mech from a street view pedestrian level, but you can get on top of it and risk it all in order to be piloting this thing, punching the shit out of goddamn aliens, quotes. They're mostly like just mechs as well. And you're just doing battle. The city gets fucking destroyed by you. And there's this really cute girl named Nanao, and you can ruin her life by destroying her job at the bakery. And she'll just cry. It's really fucking funny. She's one of the best characters ever. And they want me to care about this girl that I have an arranged marriage with that didn't go through because I became poor. No, Nanao is life. Nanao is best girl. I don't know what they're thinking. While I was at MagFest, I actually got a sticker from Maple, who created Super Ledge Hop with Cherry Tables of Nanao. And I'm very excited. I don't know where I'm going to put that sticker. Bob, aside from the fucking awesome dive kick that is so fucking powerful, what is your favorite part of RAD?
Aside from that and now, this is tough.
It's okay. You can gush about it now.
But yeah, there's a... that game is hilarious because it's clearly what they used as the bones to make EDF.
Yes, like because it is the devs of EDF.
Mm-hmm. So you have this big city that doesn't have any actual simulation happening, really. It's you pilot a giant mech around in it. And it has art by Bones. Like,
Yeah, in fact, it was scenario writing by Bones, but I think it was the Cowboy Bebop character designer because they just go, here's old Spike Spiegel, he's a scientist.
yeah,
And that's fucking wild.
It's the character designer from Cowboy Bebop, but it is like, I believe, the actual drawing and stuff by people at Bones.
Mm.
So it looks like that exact era of Digipaint where things don't look good.
It's really funny, though. Also, the dub is absolute peak trash. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, that's probably what you know this game for.
I'm very
main
excited.
character's right up on the mic and just sounds like, yeah, I'm 17 years old. Is that a problem? Do you not
Dude
believe me?
looks 35 at youngest, and he's just got like the deepest voice in the world. They're like, yeah, 17.
Yeah, he looks like the priest from Fate. Like
Yeah,
that evil dude. It's like, yeah, that's your high school student. And it's hilarious. They'll have a thing where you choose 3 characters at the beginning. There's obvious mech anime protagonist. This dude we played as, and lady.
Uh-huh. By the way,
I
found the image of the sticker. It's such a
Great.
great fucking sticker. Look at that shit.
Oh my god. So much this game is, you are like inheritor of billions, son of a multimillionaire. You can't be bothered to give Nanao even $1.
Yeah, doing these missions, you get tens of billions of yen. And Nanao's like, I ran out of a job and I can't afford food, so I'm pan frying bread and sticking it in water, and that's all I can afford to eat. And at no point does your guy go, yo, I should give her like 1 million yen.
Well, yeah, you don't want to create a culture of dependency.
Yeah, like he's just emulating his idol, Batman.
God, and then there's even a point where he's like, okay, now I'll go get you a proper meal. Goes to the 7-Eleven.
Uh-huh.
Like, you can't even go get her a burger?
Nope. No, we're just going to 7-Eleven. That's the best we can do. Nanao's the best. So they have like, as you would expect, for the 3 different characters, they have like different line reads and stuff. So I'm really excited to play through next year as the girl. Just because standard shonen protagonist, standard mech anime protagonist, not that exciting. I'm way more excited about girl. They apparently didn't change too much of the lore with, so I guess we were gonna have a gay arranged marriage in Japan.
Yeah, I'm very curious how they're going to set this up to make any sense, because it is kind of like a love triangle thing going on for most of the story segments.
Yeah. So please look forward to the rad second playthrough next year as a girl. Arranged friendship. Wow. But yeah, we kind of like, we didn't destroy Nanao's life. We tried to protect. There was one moment where shit got wrecked a little. Her grandma got blown up at the beginning too.
Yeah, that seemed unavoidable. It seemed like her grandma dying is what sets off the entire Nanao storyline.
Yeah, and there was one thing where I think her job exploded, and we were like, oh, we didn't mean to do that. But there's this really good moment where you're talking to her, and then I was just like, working at the grocery store is hard, and we have some competition that makes things difficult. And then you go look at the building, and it's just a gigantic building, and then your character's like, I guess I could accidentally on purpose destroy their competition. And then you do. And the game's just like, cool. Good job.
Destroys the gigantic supermarket like shopping arcade.
Guys, we're in a disaster zone right now. Every day the city's getting destroyed, and we just destroyed the largest grocery store in town. People are gonna starve. What the fuck? And the game's like,
it's really disappointing that between each mission it respawns all the buildings.
Yeah, I mean, true, but imagine how desolate it would be for the vast majority of the playthrough if it didn't. You're just like
really
stomping around an empty city, half constructed buildings. But yeah, Rad's really awesome. We also next year need to put more investigation into the other mech types, because the primary mech type, the one that's obvious this is the main mech, is the one that gets this insane one-hit kill dive kick that goes at the 45-degree downward angle. And if you land that, they're just gone. They're just fucking obliterated.
I mean, I feel like that's just a matter of physics.
True.
Yeah, it's kind of like you see the lineups. Like, do you choose Mazinger or not a Mazinger? It's like, I don't know what you want, guys.
While we were at MagFest, somebody uploaded a video where it was Nanao from the game going, "No, I have to go back to work." And it just did dramatic zooms and crossfades and pans. And I couldn't listen to it because I was at MagFest in the middle of shit. And I was like, Theme of Sad would go over that. I wonder what it actually plays. We get back, I watch it. It's playing like the fucking Twin Peaks intrigue sadness theme. And I'm like, that's perfect. That's the same emotion. It's so perfectly mimetic in that way. But yeah, I highly recommend Rad. That would have been one of my childhood favorite games if I had actually gotten a copy. I really wanted to pick it up when I tried it at the demo at Circuit City a billion years ago, but I couldn't afford it. That thing now goes for like $300.
Yeah, I really thought this was just going to be like a meme game, not actually fun, but has goofy stuff. It's like, no, this game is totally solid. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's better than pretty much any EDF game I ever played.
See, now I need to investigate. Now I need to know. Maybe there's something great waiting for me over there, and I just don't even know.
We just need to add Nanao into one of those.
Well, yeah. Nanao should be in everything. They should announce Nanao for Tekken 8. In a
No,
just
he only
society.
gets into Fatal Fury.
No. She's too good for Fatal Fury. God. I don't want to see the AI announcement of Nanao joining Fatal Fury. Anyways, Robot Alchemic Drive is really great. That's it. That's all I've been playing. Aggro, you talked about all you're playing?
I did.
Bob, you talked about all you were playing?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess that means we got to talk about the Pod Lords.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Yes, that's right. The Pod Lords. Podlords such as BN12, Red Blaze 27, Suzu Shiro, Rado, WTF Spider-Man, Mr. I Like Spam, Muckbun. By the way, there's Rado.
Oh,
When people ask what your plan is.
Although now this is making me think, if you had like one of those collared jackets, that and the Jinkaria two-tones would kind of go hard.
It's true. Jinkaria is kind of a fashionable guy. Chris C. Cooper Tank. Or Hime, I told you not to try Nanao's bread and water soup.
Like anything that girl could eat could hurt her.
right.
Man, he really is just Kyrie.
Yes.
Indigo Sykes. Thank you, Aerolane's girlfriend. Shinji16 would like to remind you that spiders can be cute. We'll have a new one for every time he has to suffer. Oh, that's too bad. There's no Potaroos. A raccoon. Still trying to get more sleep.
Double raccoon. Oh my god.
Saraline. Timothy Fisser. The Hard M is preoccupied with playing Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on NSL. I'm sure nothing happened in video games anyway.
No, you're good. Go back to sleep, gamer.
Bearded Joe. Not the bank account balance I was hoping for as we approach tax season and I need a new car.
Yup.
Cleochrome. How dare my favorite podcasters betray me on New Year's Day and my fucking 32nd birthday? I hope it was worth it. Where's the secret ending? Where is it? You wouldn't give a Stranger Things a crappy ending. No, it's next week. Next week they're
next
week they're gonna air it.
All the clues are there.
So if you're not in America and want to make some free money, Poly Market has betting open for if there will be another Stranger Things episode.
Oh my god.
They have it by dates. Yes, no by dates. I would probably put money on yes by the end of the year. Netflix is real stupid.
Maksashiro.
He's funny.
Say Tim.
Yeah.
Wonder what he drives. Different dimension demon Gus King Alexander.
I thought you said Demon Gus King.
Me too. Like, who's
It's
got?
like, oh, that's so based. Oh, never mind.
The best worst dub of all time. Yes.
Oh god. Yeah, she English is not her first language. And
Yeah,
she's
there's
one
a
of the main
newscaster
characters.
in this game in Rad, and English is not her first language, and it's fantastic. It's just delightful because she has to read out the situation that is happening. What a great video game.
Yeah.
When I get my hands on you, Dan video games, me first be stolen your leaves.
What?
Man, I would hate to be that guy. This shit's incomprehensible. How do you three deal with this every week?
Upright moral living creates stamina.
Cryptid bird. Yo, Nashi-chan.
That is a thing.
I don't want to be near it.
Is it a pear?
Is it an eggplant?
I don't.
Does Chris know?
Let me see here. I don't know. There's so many of these little freaks that appear in like 3 panels.
Digital basic. Todokasi has no bits or recommendations. Take care of yourselves and each other all. Lone gargoyle, betrayed and trapped in the hyperbolic bit chamber. This isn't like Toho at all, but we're safe for another 11 months. So now I have a tattoo, Brendan. I have a tattoo on my arm of Tiger Chan because I went on Twitch one night when I was drunk. Sadistic Autistic, Crimson Anubis, and Harikite Iko. Thank you very much to our pod lords.
Thank you, Pod Lords.
Thank you, Pod Lords. If you'd like to become a Pod Lord, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to many benefits, such as early access to Chugging Bleach for at least another few months. Extended content for other shows we do when indeed such content exists to be given to you. An entire movie called Isolation 119. A full feature-length film about a man going to Thailand to get a tax write-off on his vacation to Thailand. In addition to just supporting what we do and letting us live. And also, you patrons get a funded show every other month where we talk about a good thing, and then patrons get that show. Or on other months, we watch a bad thing and talk about it, and patrons get a commentary track. Sign up now. Get ready for next Christmas with our commentary track for 8 crazy nights.
Great.
Twitch TV, not patreon.com/GB podcast. And if you don't have any money, it always helps immensely to spread the word. Tell your friends, rate us on Thursdays, rate us on your podcasting app of choice, and leave a comment and subscribe if you listen on YouTube right now. Patreon.com/GB podcast.
As I understand it, there's some news.
There is. There's a surprisingly large amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yet it doesn't feel like it was because there was a break. It just feels like if we had all of this was in the past 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forgot who was behind the flames. I forgot.
Oh my god.
Bob, is everything okay? Well,
No, we're in the
this.
super emergency down segment. Of course it's not.
That's fair. Okay, let's do it.
I didn't write any of the first 3 for once, so I think Bob did, so he can take those.
Sure. So Meta shut down 3 game studios and basically closed the force. There's Armature. These are the guys who did Recore. The latest thing they did is Resident Evil 4 VR port. But they've done so many different things throughout the years. Like they did Batman, Blackgate, that sort of thing. Like they were just one of these companies Amazon just bought when they wanted to. Or sorry, not Amazon. Meta just bought when they wanted to get into VR.
Yep.
Twisted Pixel, which started out with Splosion Man, Miss Splosion Man, and then most recently did Deadpool VR, which came out, a month ago? Fully shut down. Sanzaru, the guys who made Sly Cooper Thieves in Time and Asgard's Wrath 1 and 2, and I believe the 3DS versions of
the
Sonic games.
Boom games, yeah.
Yeah, Sonic Boom games.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Asgard's Wrath like the most successful VR game ever made?
Basically.
Didn't it get unanimous appeal and sell a lot?
Yeah. No, it did great. Very critically acclaimed. Probably one of the highest reviewed VR games outside of Half-Life Alyx.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Camouflage. Now, this is the one that's not completely shut down. But these are the guys who did Republic, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Batman Arkham Shadow, the game that also came out just last year.
Jesus.
They have done mass layoffs, including the studio heads. But it's okay. We're keeping
How important
keeping
could
a
the
few
studio
people
heads
around.
be? Jesus.
The few people they're keeping around to work on a new user experience for upcoming hardware.
Fuck off. New user experience? That shit's just gonna be Horizon Worlds 2.
Yeah, no,
Christ.
this sucks. This is the worst.
Yeah, this is terrible. These are really good studios. They turned out really good stuff. It just it felt faded from the moment they were acquired by Meta, but damn it.
Yeah, Facebook just grabbing these. And we all knew that would just mean they closed down. It's just, I didn't expect it to be a random week at the middle of January, though.
Right?
It's like, yeah, it's over. Whatever.
I wonder if this indicates some just movement with the dipshits at the top of these companies moving, just like AI's nothing. I'm not AI. VR's nothing. AI's the future. We should kill every single VR studio and move it to this.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. All right, I wrote more in here. Let's see. Ubisoft is laying off 55 people across Ubisoft Stockholm and Massive Games, which is the guys who do the Division. So that sucks.
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, isn't this they were awarded the proper union support and stuff right before this? Stockholm was.
I didn't see that. I wouldn't be surprised though.
Saying that happened a few months back, but now they have no use for them. The games they were making, there's no demand for that.
Yeah.
Christ.
Speaking of union busting, we have an update on that Rockstar Games union busting thing that happened a few months ago where they fired a gigantic like chunk of people was basically no
because
lead-up.
they were leaking things.
Yes.
Yes.
So now an initial tribunal has been held. They have the employees that were affected are not going to be getting interim relief, which means that Rockstar doesn't have to immediately start paying them again. But that has apparently not discouraged them. They didn't expect to actually get that, was how many employees it was. And they are still hopeful in the full case that they will be able to get something out of Rockstar here.
Wow, what an argument. Well, we fire. If they had only fired, 3 or 4 of you who were talking about union, that would be union busting. But if they just fire every single person who signed a card, somehow that's not, because it's so many.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. You can read the full articles. I think they're up on IGN and other places. There's a huge amount of talk about this that you can read. It sucks.
It's horrible.
Yeah, hopefully something happens and they get this worked out properly. But I think that even the judge confirmed that, okay, there wasn't actually a leak, but there was potential for a leak. It's like, come on.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because they were talking.
Their allegation of what the leak was they talked to each other about their pay.
Oh.
That's not a leak. That's federally protected speech.
But yeah, they're apparently in a Discord that included people who are close third-party partners, that are some of which are no longer working on the game directly. And that was enough for them to be like, no, you're all fired.
I have no words.
Yeah. No, it sucks.
And then the next one is Chris, correct?
Yes. So, New World Eternum will be officially taken offline into January next year. You won't be able to buy it anymore after today. It's too late already.
No.
They have delisted it from purchase.
Yeah, people are already disappointed we weren't able to give it a chance.
This is the game they had an ad that had Ronald Schwarzenegger in it last year.
Yes, it is.
Ah.
I believe they're going to close down the original New World this year. They just haven't given a date on that. They're like, we'll keep the servers up. It'll probably happen on the same day as this, because they said we'll keep New World servers up through 2026.
I didn't realize they were separate.
Yeah, they're separate games.
Wow. Incredible marketing fumbles.
New World had enough players that I'm shocked they just blew its brains out like this. Because it had only gotten a console release in 2024.
Mm-hmm. Everything I ever hear about New World is it's really glitchy and bad.
Yeah, but some people like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. These are the same game.
Okay.
New World Eternum. New World Eternum is what they inexplicably caused the console version. And also they updated it when it came out. They put out a big patch for the original. Okay, so I was confused. But man, Secret Level sure seems to be a lot of things that sure seems to be a Death Note in some ways.
Yeah.
You got Concord, you got this, you got Shadow Labyrinth. The Outer Worlds 2 seemed to do slightly worse than the first one. Gee, I wonder if there could be a financial reason for that. Let me look at the price, huh? Oh, yeah, that's the number I expected. Like one third shit that's already popular and there's no threat of anything happening to it, like Mega Man and Warhammer and Dungeons and Dragons. 1/3 that, the Death Cult, and 1/3 just China.
Those were the funniest ones, though. Where we were watching, what was it, Honor of Kings or something?
Yeah.
And we're just like, what the fuck game is this?
Oh yeah, before I forget, I don't think any of us wrote in the news about Warhammer and how they were like, yeah, we're not allowed any AI in any of our stuff.
Yeah, Creative Assembly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, the guys who own Warhammer.
Yeah, it was Games Workshop.
Like
Workshop.
Games Workshop
There
said?
we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they literally were like, we're not allowing that because it doesn't create value. I was like, holy shit, you? What?
Right? Games Workshop, the king of, I don't know, fucking make it. We don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
This seems to be only their workers. So if they're one of their partners who puts it in a game, that doesn't
I
seem
was
like
gonna
something they'll
say.
get involved
I
with.
mean, it's like SpaghettiOs at that point. It gets everywhere. Fucking. We didn't know. We're just gonna pump SpaghettiOs into your blood. God. Whatever. I'm still gonna just appreciate the statement.
Uh-huh.
And then get mad when one of their developer partners fuck us up. Ugh. Anyways, can I get a? No one has any last minute additions, right? I can get us out of here.
No. All the other misfortune is more funny than regrettable.
You know, I have something that's kind of like the industry burning down, but it's actually not that technically and kind of just neat. I have to put out the flames though. What's
I
up,
was gonna say, like, technically that side games thing is pretty industry burning down.
Should I just start the music? Should I start the music again?
No, it's okay.
Okay. All right.
You can go ahead, and we don't even need to talk about side games for a bit.
Okay. So for people who missed it, there's an absolutely fantastic YouTube video. It is a gigantic 3-hour and 13.9-minute Anthem post-mortem. It was uploaded to YouTube by the executive producer on the game. It is insanely insightful, and every person listening to this podcast should listen to that. It is titled The Truth About What Happened on Anthem Complete 2011 to 2026, and the fact that it only has 34,000 views in 3 days is insane. YouTubers who don't have a fucking clue ramble this long about anything and get more views than that on a completely unknown channel. Please go listen to that. It is marvelously insightful to hear about how they pitched the game and how things changed over time, and hear about how one of the main guys pushing it, you know, one of the big dudes at BioWare is just like, we have a way to change storytelling, and then just disappeared before the game really got into development, and it left the rest of the staff going, what was it? What was the secret? It is so good. Yes, it's from Mark Darrah on Games, Darrah. I need to see what other videos he has. I've listened to a good chunk of this. It's fantastic.
It is. And he was only executive producer for like the last several months of the project, I think.
Yeah, the thing is an entire history of the project. But he's literally executive producer
this great
for
breakdown
landing
of like,
it.
these are all the things that went wrong, and these are the reasons it couldn't be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
He's like he took over the project and like, okay, what are we doing? Oh God, there are too many people involved in this project. I can't relearn everything that's going on. I don't know why anything isn't working. He talks about at one point the UI team, the tools they were working with were just broken. They just didn't work. And modern game design, especially at the scale, is so huge, and he had come in so late that he didn't understand the conditions that team was working on until months into his tenure, and then went, oh no, it's too late to fix this. We've remade these tools like 4 different times.
Ugh.
Yeah, they also talk about how the leadership being in one location while the bulk of the development team was in another caused a huge amount of distrust and between the two sides, like not enough people trusting the, boots on the ground devs and them not trusting leadership and all these other schisms that formed. There's all sorts of insightful stuff just from an angle of how modern games are made that you can learn through that.
Mm-hmm.
There's all sorts of hyper-specific things of some dipshit letting EA know we were going to have 6 fucking machines. And we just sat there going, how do you make 6 unique machines? We regret ever letting the EA executive hear that number.
Yeah, he accidentally told an executive a number, which is something you should never do.
Yep. There's
a weird story in it where he says like there's the one mission in the game. For the longest time, there's only one mission. It's called Den of Wolves. And he's like, okay, you need to go make other missions And then if we need to, we'll come back and we'll fix this one. And he says he told them to do that and they just didn't.
Yeah, instead what they did is they
So I don't know
melted
how that
down
works.
Den of Wolves and made it again. And they kept
What?
focusing on that instead of making a new level, because the whole idea was you make a level and then you learn how to make a level for making that level. And then you go make levels that'll actually ship. In Den of Wolves, which he clarifies, that may not be the shipping title of that mission. He could not find online what Den of Wolves was, but it is in the game. It was supposed to be a lesson learned in order to like learn how to make a level for the fucking game. So they kept focusing on that one fucking level instead of moving on. And then at some point they realized, oh shit, there's not enough shit to do in the levels. We have fucked up. So it's 3 hours and 39 minutes of some of the most insightful talking about video games I've heard. And I've listened to a lot of GDC postmortems. This was truly fascinating.
It was. Like the whole video, it feels like closure of, oh, this is pretty much what you figured might have been going on. But it's so nice to hear someone actually describe it. Specifically how weirdly locked down information was for this game. Like apparently, like all the hard drives were password protected. You couldn't get into the PowerPoints. Departments were not sharing information with each other. And since the original helm had left, there wasn't a unifying leadership to get these people to work together. So different departments kept deciding things on their own or not deciding things because they couldn't talk to anybody else about anything that was going on. Like Flight. Flight was apparently added into that game and then taken out and then put back into that game.
Yep.
Because nobody had any idea what the fuck they were making.
Uh-huh. It's this classic scenario of like, if you recall, there's a story about Xbox executives going to Japan, and I believe it was Capcom, Kamiya or Mikami, one of the two. I can't remember specifically which Japanese dev, but I think it may have been one of those two people from Capcom. Asked them a question about video games, like their ethos with it, and the guy they sent was just like, oh, I don't know, like it's a good box, it runs video games. And when it got back that the studio wasn't interested, he's like, well, what did you tell them? And he's like, motherfucker, we believe in fucking video games as art. Why did you not tell them that? There's moments like that in this where he's like trapped in this slideshow that's fucking password protected is the shit that people could have referenced to answer their fucking questions on what choices to make in all these different departments. But everything was so locked down that no one's seeing this except for like 5 fucking people. It's such a fascinating video. Like,
Yeah,
you
it
don't
just
get
seems
shit like this ever.
Unforced errors, just all throughout.
And also the forced errors. Like a lot of this video is to like, look, we couldn't fix this. There wasn't the time or the resources. Was this the best decision? In a frictionless sphere? No. But on that day, in this situation, making a decision was the goal.
Because this is how bad it was, Bob. This dude's coming in that close to launch to ship the fucking thing, and they didn't even decide if it was peer-to-peer or client-server yet.
What?
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was just like 9 months out.
Like it's real fucking close. And he's like, oh, guess what? We're client-server. Why? Because we have to make a fucking decision, and these consoles have potato CPUs.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's such a good video. I really, you don't get many like that. You really don't. So I highly recommend that. Let's see.
I think I have a story that's very related to this in some ways. Shift Up CEO Huang Tai Kim says that they need to use AI because studios in China and the US have enormous dev teams of 1,000 to 2,000 people per game.
Oh.
And they only have like 150 people they can put on a game.
Oh, okay.
So they need AI to catch and fill that gap. It's like, yo, 1,000 people working on a game? That seems like it would never work.
Well, those games make all the money. Sony probably told them that after they shipped Stellar Blade.
We just talked about it seconds ago how that game had too many people working on it and none of them could communicate. I wonder if there's any problem with having 1,000 to 2,000 people working on a game.
No. None found.
Can't be, Bob. Every game in the industry does it.
Yeah, it's a perfect formula, and immaculately simulating that work experience by fucking up all of your tools and workflow with AI is a really smart decision.
Yeah, in fact, not only is it a really smart decision, it's basically the only one you got, right? So get
There's
to
just no other choice.
There
We
isn't.
have to do this for some reason.
Let's ignore that you just released a game and didn't use that with only 150 people or so. It took, what, 4 years? Which is faster than most of these games with thousands working on them.
something like that.
Did you see that the guy who was behind The Big Short is now shorting Nvidia?
Oh yeah, no, that. Why wouldn't you? Like literally, if you have a fucking clue, why wouldn't you? God.
Yeah, if shorting stocks and all that wasn't really scary, I'd consider it.
Yeah, no reason not to.
You just need to start gambling on Polymarket once they let Americans do it again. You can gamble on such things as, will Trump give somebody the finger again before the end of the year?
Yes, there are all sorts of things you can gamble on.
How many times will Elon Musk tweet this week? Lowest option is 500, by the way.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's move on. Okay, so I want to see more research on this. Digital Foundry is looking into this, by the way. Allegedly, Monster Hunter Wilds runs better if you bought all the DLC. The reason why is it is constantly checking if you have the DLC, nonstop, all the time, in a way that is killing performance. It's probably an unintended bug, but it's most likely just absolute bullshit spaghetti code that no one had any oversight over. Somebody made a mod to remove all of the checking entirely, and it runs drastically better. So Digital Foundry's checking on this right now. Holy shit.
Go
Not
check
since
this
Alien.
on Dragon's Dogma.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Not
this puts
since-
Monster Hunter Wilds in the tier of Aliens Colonial Marines.
Exactly.
I was going to say there's some other game that had a glitch very much like this. It was like, what do you mean? Why are you always checking that?
Yeah, it reminds me of the, what was it, the story about developing that CPU for one of the successors to the Commodore 64, where a dude said it supported an operation. They check it after they got way too far into making the system. They're like, motherfucker, you don't have that. And the guy just goes, well, here's the thing. Sure, we don't have that register that automatically checks that, but you could just write code to check that register in memory anytime you needed to know if it was updated. So to troll him, all the Commodore engineers, every time he came around the office, they would just pick up the phone over and over. And then he finally goes, why do you guys do that? And they're like, oh, well, we don't know if somebody's calling. We could just pick up the phone to see if they are.
God. It is my sincerest hope, both because it is the world I want to live in, and because I am squeamish about the consequences for if it is not. I really do hope this is just somebody fucked up in coding this feature. And this isn't the most insane black pattern, coercive, subtle horseshit.
Not a fucking chance.
Couldn't be.
It is entirely, it is that they were like, RE Engine isn't really supposed to make a game this big, but I guess we will. Shit.
Apparently, this is specifically for the hubs and base camp areas. And it has been brought up that, and I'm sure people do remember this, but the performance in Wilds is so much worse than Worlds that, or World, that it's, magnitude's bigger problem here. They did do a similar thing in World with apparently redundant CRC checks every frame. So yeah,
Wow.
I'm excited for people to look into this and maybe solve it somehow, or Capcom maybe fix the fucking thing and make it run good.
Maybe year 3 or something of Monster Hunter Wilds will run good.
Maybe. That would be nice. I think a lot of people would appreciate that.
The saltiest
Certainly
late
couldn't
game of the year
hurt the game of-
inclusion we've ever done.
Certainly couldn't hurt the sales of it.
You know what? I'm going to go to super positive news. Then I'll go to neutral news, and then I'll go to news people may care about. So let's go with super positive. Hey, Endless Monday in Progress is announced to be coming out this year, probably. For people who don't know, that's the sequel to Endless Monday. Endless Monday, Deadlines and Dreams? Dreams and Deadlines? Do you remember, Bob?
I don't, but I do have Steam open. I can check
It's either
it.
dreams and deadlines or daydreams and deadlines.
Daydreams and Deadlines. But yeah, no, this is literally a new game. Endless Monday : in Progress is the name of it. It's supposed to come out this year, probably. You can go wishlist now and check this out. You probably should, because weird imaginary numbers like that have enormous power that is confounding and inexplicable. Who knows what the dev could do with the power of way too many wish lists? Human will is magic and all that.
That does mean we get to put it in our most anticipated games of
Yeah, I know.
2026.
Announced just in time. Thank you for posting the link in chat, you shark. Ryan Hurst, by the way, who's played Thor in God of War Ragnarok, will be playing Kratos in the Amazon Prime God of War series. I'm an idiot. They announced that, and I'm like, there's no way. Thor was fat. What do you mean? I went and looked it up, and I'm like, yeah, that's the face kind of looks the same, but that Thor was fat. What? Is Kratos going to be fat now?
Oh my god, that would rule.
It actually really would.
Kratos just bears up.
It's really weird for the first live action version. The only one so far who's a white guy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Not even Greek.
Yeah,
Ah.
very strange.
Right, which is why they got to make him fat Kratos.
I feel like we're missing out on some quality discourse by not having Kratos be played by a black man in white makeup.
Right?
Yes, that's what
That's
we're all
certainly
missing out on.
concerning discourse, if nothing else.
Also, Compile Heart is to announce, or they are to announce on the 29th, a new, quote, school RPG by the co-creator of Megami Tensei, Koji Okada. The staff that has been announced for this, project producer is Koji Okada, who's co-founder of Atlas, co-creator of Megaten and Persona series. Scenario writer Tadashi Satomi, which is Persona Revelations and both Persona 2s. Sound composer is Tsukasa Mosco, which is Megaten, Megaten 2, Shin Megami Tensei 2, etc. And character design by Ilya Kushyanov. This is cool. Compile Art, though? That's surprising.
Well, who's giving out? Nobody's fucking giving out money anymore.
God damn it.
You can make a game everybody talks about constantly, and like, well, let's sell 10 million copies. Well, then no. Please just give them a little bit more money than you normally do, Compile Art. If this shit's on the budget level of the Caligula Effect, I'm gonna be mad, because I would have beaten the Caligula Effect if it had a little bit more money, less, like, not more than your budget might have been 6 digits.
I'm seeing a few people in chat. I'm going to make very angry.
Oh,
I think that cast of people is very exciting, except for that character designer.
I don't know anything about the character designer.
Yeah, I looked them up and I was like, I don't really like this art that much. And I see that they also worked on several things I didn't really care for. Like, I think a spin-off of one of the Cyberpunk things that wasn't by Trigger, but by something they did designs for.
Oh, okay. But that's it for my news. Hey, Aggro.
So, good news or bad news, depending on where you're at in life on this wonderful journey. Toshiyuki Itahana has left Square Enix. This is the character designer for Final Fantasy IX, and then he did various forms of character design and art direction on a bunch of other games. He worked on 11, a bunch of the Chocobo games. He says he's not retiring, that he's going freelance. So I guess now's the time. If you've got a project up, shoot your shot.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy looking at his career. Like, he did the character designs and so much art direction in a 9, and then it feels like he was just shoved in a closet or something over at Square Enix.
Yeah, like he did. He was the art designer on 11, and then he worked on a bunch of spin-off games.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's exciting to see him actually get out there and maybe get more work at other companies.
Yeah, but at the same
Which just doesn't mean
time-
he's not going to work at Square anymore either. Like they could easily contract him like they do with other people who have left, like Uematsu.
Is leaving Square like leaving the military? Like you come back as a civilian contractor for 3 times the money?
Yes.
I hope.
I feel like the benefit in this case is more that, yeah, I can be working on multiple projects.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be in the dungeon working on one thing that has way too long a development time.
God, I hope this isn't some sign of, yeah, the Final Fantasy IX stuff is canceled. And he's just leaving because that didn't work out.
Yeah, I don't want to find out that was canceled. Unless it comes out that it was an action game, then I'll be happy.
Fair.
Yeah, I do wonder. Yeah, this really does just seem like it would signal that 9 Remaster's just dead in the water.
It's supposed to be a remake.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Aggro, that was it for your news because I stole one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bob.
Should I talk about it?
We'll just do it real quick.
Sure. Cygames announces their AI game studio. Yes, this is about Gen AI. It's them doing that.
Boo.
They then rushed out after everybody screamed at them and says, "We're just experimenting with this. We'll tell you up front if anything we make has it in it."
Sure. Speaking of other AI things, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, they announced they did a teaser for the Fist North Star collaboration.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's neat. They announced the first 4 characters for their next season pass.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, we got Kim Ja-hoon, Nightmare Geese, Blue Mary, took them long enough, and Wolfgang Krauser. Oh, yeah,
that's neat.
The trailer for this is just a bunch of Gen AI.
Boo.
It looks insanely bad. And they also advertised in this trailer that they have the highest prize pool in a fighting game tournament. Anyone else remember a couple of years before 2K stopped making MLB games? They did a MLB challenge for giving away $1 million. Now, just bring that up. I don't know why. It's
okay.
Probably irrelevant.
I didn't actually look at this trailer. It's so pathetic. They cover it with a fake film grain to like maybe you won't tell how fucked up this is if we do that. Yes. It's like fucking come on. Yeah, this is embarrassing.
The first time they show Blue Mary, they're like, "Oh, we can't get our head to work, so here's her in a helmet." It's really sad.
Well, luckily the Saudi public fund is running out of money, so they won't be able to buy and ruin too many more companies. I think the last one's going to be EA, and nothing of value is lost there.
But
EA already kind of burnt themselves to the ground long ago.
But the next Mass Effect, it could have been so good.
It was definitely, they started working on everything. They had the Resident Evil showcase today for Resident Evil 9. Didn't really have all that much in it, but we did find out that Leon has a hatchet now.
Which, I want to be very clear, the director of the game is clearly saying the word tomahawk, and the subtitles say hatchet, and that is a step down.
Yes. He can also use enemy weapons, which we saw a preview of before, where he grabbed the chainsaw. So I guess that's going to be frequent. And then Grace can craft zombie exploding injections. So he like sneaks up on them with a little shot and then sticks them and the zombie blows up.
He just pops into blood. Like the model goes away and is replaced with a blood pop.
And a gun called a Requiem. That's like insanely OP. They show it just blow up 2 zombies instantly. But they apparently limit
it's a big anime revolver.
Yes. Also, I guess zombies imitate the things they did in life, kind of like some of the George Romero movies do that.
Yeah, the later ones.
So wait, are we gonna get the Land of the Dead thing?
Honestly, they seemed like a little smarter, like they were talking and everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
That is weird. That's really weird for Resident Evil. Huh.
I didn't play like 6 or anything. Leon killing these things. It seems like he would do a move, right? Like he would shoot the zombie in the knee, and then he would kick it in the head and slam its head into a wall.
Okay.
Then there'd be a beat, and he'd flex and pop the zombie's head against the wall.
Yeah, that's new.
It's just there's a little something extra onto all of these finishers now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they can interact with the environment like that, it does give them a pretty different feel. And I like how in this also went into, we're trying to make an evolution of the Resident Evil 4 like combat for his side, make it even more action packed. I was like, okay, good. There's no backing down here.
I'm increasingly worried that like this game is just gonna land in a space where both sides are like, why couldn't the whole game just be this? Right?
Yeah.
Like they're working so hard at it. I feel like we're getting close to getting Resident Evil 10 Red and Resident Evil 10 Blue.
Right. It feels like they would be better served like that, as completely separate games.
That would be really fucking funny. I'm too excited over that concept.
Resident Evil Versus.
Sorry, Capcom, I won't pay $60, $70 for your full game, but if you sell me 2 separate games that are $60 a piece, sure.
You know,
That's how you do it.
You know, I wonder what Pat's take is on all this. Because he talked about how confounding the Pokemon thing is. Like, am I really supposed to buy both games? It's like, well, 1 second, let's do that with Resident Evil and see what his natural conclusion is. I think this would be way too funny.
I'm also admittedly a little bit worried that with them wanting to differentiate it so much, they'll maybe turn the gray side into a bad horror game. Like they'll mix the balance up wrong. Because well, it has to be even more survivally because Leon is Action Man. So it ends up like even further harder in that direction than like 7 or 2 remake.
They said there are 2 different difficulties. There are 3. So there's like story mode, and then there's like hard classic or standard classic and standard modern. And in standard classic, like you need ink ribbons to save at the typewriters. And then in standard modern, they're like, wow, that's fucking crazy. Let's not do that. So they might have tried to balance it 2 different ways like that.
Yeah, maybe. What they showed here was Grace getting in some decent like defensive options like that and the sneaking stuff. I was like, well, maybe this will be sitting more like just regular Resident Evil 2 remake. Maybe. But yeah, there's still a whole bunch of really, really run from the monster segments we see as her.
Uh-huh. And it does seem like they're leaning that way with her on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this seems exactly appealing enough where we need to try to know. Right? Just looking at it from the outside, it's like it could be a good balance. But what if it's all spooky running nonstop for her entire half of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they've introduced 3 different monsters to do that with. So I'm like, okay, all right.
the final game will have 8. Who the fuck told the Capcom executive we had 8 of these?
The rest of my news is all smaller stuff, so don't get too excited.
Okay, one moment. I'm lowering my excitement. Okay.
There we go.
Continue.
A game called Inari was announced. It's a pixel art game that looks a whole lot like Katana Zero, but you play as a fox girl ninja. It's got a Kickstarter and demo came out today, or I guess a couple days ago. It looks really neat. I definitely am excited to play the demo. I didn't have time this week because of all the stuff. But maybe next time I'll give it a shot, see if it's actually good. Several new Echo the Dolphin games and products are coming. They just said that they're in development We don't know what they are, but there will be multiple games or products.
Product delicious.
And
I think
straight
I think the guy who acquired the rights from Sega is like super into AI though.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing people talk about, where it's like, oh, the dude who's enthusiastic about this Echo stuff and in charge of this really got into NFTs, and maybe he's going to go hard AI with this. We'll just have to see. Would that be at all conflicting with the idea of Echo the fucking dolphin? I don't know, because my brain doesn't work.
Oh no, you need to get that checked out. Your brain should work.
No.
Do you think he actually reacquired this from Sega? And whenever somebody manages to wrest an IP out of a corporation's hands, I'm like, man, they didn't give a shit about that at all. Sega looked at Echo and is like, while they must have been at least discussing this revival of a million franchises at once thing, because it was back in 2016, but I imagine the ball got rolling before we saw it. Where it's like, no, we're not going to bring back Echo. Get that out of here.
Ernest Evans collection is coming west tomorrow.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
Everyone knows and loves Ernest Evans, right?
I know Ernest Evans. I think the way that game is animated is crazy and awesome.
It is fucking amazing, like conceptually. Agra, have you ever seen this?
I don't think I'm familiar.
Okay, so imagine
you played Gunstar Heroes, right?
Maybe.
Aggro. You can't stand this hard for Vector Man and be like, Gunstar Heroes, I've never played it.
Well, anyway, if anybody has played Gunstar Heroes, imagine they animate the main character in a bunch of parts like Seven Force.
Yeah,
Even
so
though
this
he's
is a
just a
dude. This is a dude who's just like trying to be Indiana Jones, but every square inch of his arm and limbs are tweenable vectors, like some sort of vector man. And it's hilarious to watch him even just fucking walk. Yes, he's Indiana. It's Indiana Jones Quap, basically, is how it looks visually.
And the Ernest Evans games are part of like some big series that has like a bunch of shit in it.
Yeah, this collection includes 3 games: Ernest Evans, El Viento, and Annette Returns.
Yeah, I think El Viento is about an evil tornado.
Dope.
It's true. This is fucking cool as shit.
And it's something about this is in collaboration with Madhouse, so that's neat.
You want
I
to know
assume that
another
means they have
crazy
some
thing?
anime cartoons in it.
The Ernest Evans games were made by the team that became the Tales of studio.
It's hilarious. Oh yeah, and this collection adds rewind and save features, so that's cool.
Noel, what are you doing down there? Bob told me to lower my excitement. I had to get down here. God, that lobster roll is still in the upper right. God damn it.
Yeah, no, it's devastating as I'm starving here.
Same. Bob, I have to tell you something. Do I have a tension song? I don't have like a tension song. No, wait, I do. Okay. Bob.
Okay.
Spiff and I are going to the cookout. Spiff thinks himself invincible against catching what I have.
I don't.
Just so you know, we're eating cookout without you. That's it. That was
All right. Yeah, I'm sitting here like, I hope I'm not getting sick. I don't know. I don't think so.
The only reason I got with Toshat is because we had to share the fucking bed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even catch it, you know, before we left because I slept in a different bed than that.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you've been sleeping with my girlfriend, Robert, you should be fine. No pressure. Spiff has written into chat cuck out. God damn it. Anyways, let's Bob, are you getting the Ernest Evans collection?
I'm tempted. If it's not too expensive, I probably will, because I don't know if all of those are on consoles that are easy to emulate.
It would be
Probably are.
be a really funny Friday stream. I'm stuck here fucking playing Ernst Evans, or you're playing Ernst Evans at your place and beaming me the video, and I'm just staring at Ernst Evans for hours.
They're like, wow.
That's great. It's like he's really moving. Look at him go.
No, it's not though.
It's in fact a terrible facsimile of humans moving. Anyways, let's go to Chris. Hey, Chris. I hear PS5 gamers have a lot to look forward to in February.
Avowed comes to PS5 on February 17th alongside the anniversary update. Includes new game plus, photo mode, more character customization options, and a new weapon, and it'll probably run better too. Thanks for beta testing, Xcucks.
That's hilarious. I wonder if they made the weapon system, like the way you will upgrade those, into anything even remotely good at all.
I'm looking forward to it.
They did that 3 days after the game came out, Bob. You missed it by playing it early.
It's true.
Life is Strange Reunion has been rated in Europe. This seems to be a direct sequel to the last game, and apparently they have flat out said, we signed the contract for this at the same time as the last one.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know why they did that either, but this came from Deck 9. It came from the developer.
Okay.
And apparently,
that three-picture deal will get you every time.
It will.
And it's only a 2-picture deal, considering apparently that studio is laying off people as the game gets closer to being out. As it's like, with the implications, like, yeah, we're just shutting down as soon as this game's out. Rest in peace, Life is Strange. The first entry in your series was almost good. And then I never heard anybody speak positively about or draw anything from or even mention the others ever.
Yeah, the first one has the tasty plasma.
This has a freak chance of being like it has like the Doctor Strange future sight route, because this is just going fine. We'll put the fucking girls from the first one together again. Because reminder, the last one was about one of them, and they just wrote. They're like, no matter what you picked, if you picked that she has to die, she's just dead. But if you picked she didn't, she broke up with you in a text.
Yep. Yeah, they just separated them as much as possible. That's
nobody becomes a different person after having to literally do the trolley problem.
No. Well, not for the sake of us doing a fucking sequel. That's incredibly iterative. Look, we're trying to Ghostbusters 2 this shit.
Machine Games is working on Wolfenstein 3 now. Okay, you realize the last one was 9 years ago, right? Well, it's actually 7, but that one was a dog shit spinoff that everybody hated. And it wasn't even a full retail release.
I've been trying to think of, like, what did they do in the meantime? Because I already forgot.
Indiana Jones, that dog shit thing, and then Indiana Jones.
Yeah. And I feel like
they've been working on Indiana Jones for so long.
Thanks, Todd. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of excitement for Wolfenstein 3.
Yeah, they already kind of killed it with Wolfenstein 2, I think. Like, I saw a big notable drop-off in every way for that game. Because compared to the first, because one, it just lacked content compared to the first. Like, the first one was a big, beefy game. Like, it was maybe too beefy, actually. And then the sequel was much less so. And they made it launched really like a year early, it felt like. Like, it was just unpolished in baffling ways. And people weren't happy about the fact that they did the season pass DLC thing that was all assets from the base game already. But yeah, that game came out in the first year of Trump 1. This game might come out in the last year of Trump 2.
I don't like thinking about it in these frames of reference.
There's a lot of circumstances at play there.
But yeah, with Microsoft being an active debuff, it feels like on every single game any of their studios put out.
Mm-hmm.
And with the fact that yes, the new Colossus came out after Doom 2016, but it felt like that they weren't aware of what that game was going to do. So now what? You're going to release a Super 7th Gen stealth action shooter with writing that I can't even imagine in like 2028, 2029? I said this on Blue Sky, but I really think these companies, like if your franchise has gone 7 years, that's too long.
Yeah, no, we
need something else, even if it's like Nintendo understands this. Almost every one of their franchises are borderline annual, even if it's just some tiny little spin-off thing.
Yeah, we
you get a
talked
Mario
about this.
Sports or a Mario Wonder or re-release or a remastered. Same with Zelda, Kirby 2. It's like I wonder if like Square Enix is going to drop Kingdom Hearts 4, in 2027, 2028. And it's going to be like, yeah, you didn't do any spin-offs, so people fell out of that franchise. Like, I'm wondering if that's going to happen.
Yeah, it came up in MagFest that Kingdom Hearts 3 was 7 years ago, right?
7 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
All because they had to get they had to be ensorcelled by Unreal Engine 5.
Which is so stupid. One of the first things I said in that fucking review of 3 is that fidelity was insane, and it just running at 60 and looking the way it did is great. Make another one, please. Don't chase any higher fidelity. No one cares.
And now they're gonna rip it all out of the rip it all out because it has ship on Switch too.
Yeah. What an insane
years well spent.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, what an insane fucking roundabout. Ugh. Anyway.
So remember High Guard?
Yes, because I'm the only one who remembers its name.
That game comes out in 10 days. There has not been a closed beta.
Uh-huh.
There has not been an open beta. They have not released any videos in any avenue about how that game is structured or the heroes you can play as.
Really?
None of their social medias have posted since the reveal.
What?
Did they not do a beta for that?
They did a closed beta.
I don't think they did.
Did they not? What?
Like, I tried to find it. Okay, they did do a play test.
Okay.
But I didn't hear
thought.
anybody talk about it.
No,
I heard a couple of, that wasn't great.
Oh, that's what we like hearing.
That's all. That I thought that they were just trolls, but now I guess they were actually betting because all I saw looking for it was like, there must be some kind of discussion about it anywhere on the internet. And no, there's not, except for vague, yeah, this sucked. And this is releasing on consoles at the same time, so I'm like, can you even delay it this close? Like, this game is out Monday after next.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're saving all their marketing money for that last second. They didn't blow it all at the Game Awards. Their plan
they blew according to somebody 7 figures to be at the Game Awards.
Wow.
I did not think that the show closer could be bought out.
Oh no, apparently you don't know where you're going to be in the show when you pay it.
Okay.
Like, apparently Jeff picks the closer.
Jeff, immaculate game taste haver.
Considering this and that Fast and the Furious game, maybe just Jeff has fucking terrible taste.
You don't say.
That Fast and the Furious thing seemed... maybe I'm giving him too much credit. That seemed like someone dropped out the last second. He had no choice.
100%. 100%.
Could put anything else anywhere in the show into that spot.
It was like less than a year after that, he did the discussion where he was like, sometimes you set up a thing to have a really crucial spot in your show, and then they drop out at the last second. And that was what I was like, oh, that Fast and Furious thing really wasn't supposed to be the last thing, huh? we're you know what? Yeah, we're in the dizzying part of the news. Let's go. Chris?
Yeah.
Let's do the next things. Yeah.
So Grok has been generating child pornography, often using photos of actual children as the bait, like reproducing it of them, and also other women, also adult women. To which point a bunch of European countries are like, we're thinking about banning X because we should.
Yeah, it's
and
really
then Tim
obvious at
Sweeney's-
this point that everyone should.
And then Tim Sweeney basically had a little meltdown and was like, Apple and these companies are wanting to silence their political opponents. Do you think Apple's left wing? Are you a fucking idiot, my man? Are you functionally brain dead? I know the answer is yes, but pretend. This is nothing but trying to silence a website with 500 million users. You know that isn't true. You can't look at that website for 1 second and think these people are real.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking insane. All of this.
And then when PC Gamer posted an article basically saying this, he jumped in the replies and this is a vile lie, I said, and then proceeded to say the exact same shit. Like literally one to
I
one.
didn't say that. And then he says the same fucking thing.
This is the most that I have ever seen. Like, usually they try to restate or reframe or contextual. He just said the same fucking thing again and went, no, that's not what I said. That's what I said.
I have never seen someone do that. Like, oh, you mischaracterized what I wrote. Writes the same thing verbatim.
My brother in Christ, you have terminal too many people tell you you're smart disease.
Yeah, now these CEOs just get the robots to tell them that too.
Crazy.
Me and my 17 brain dead AI viziers.
Yes.
I guess I probably shouldn't read this bullet exactly as it's written. Bobby Kotick took a bold stand this week. Unfortunately, it wasn't on a stool in his garage.
Oh.
That being, he put out this enormous legal filing that sounds like is like boomer delusion, because Microsoft is being sued a little bit by or I forget who's suing who, but a group of investors who were unhappy about how low Microsoft got Activision for is suing somebody. I don't understand the legal nuances of who they're suing. But basically, he had a meltdown about it and basically and said, every bad thing you heard about Activision was because of these people. All the sexual exploitation stories, those are all fake. Totally fake. People wanting to make a union, also fake. All because of these people. Reminder that Bobby Kotick is in Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book.
Thank you for explaining the thumbnail.
Didn't he even say something like, no, Embracer made that up, that it's Embracer,
Yes.
and then Embracer's like,
Yes, he did. He fell into the bins.
Yeah, it literally came across as that shit, the Build Rocket Boy shit.
God.
Yeah, Embracer basically put out we don't know what the fuck this dude is talking about, but we're flattered that he's obsessed with us.
Every problem in my life is necessarily the result of a vast, sinister conspiracy against me.
One moment, I'm making a soundbite out of that.
Sir, you have $69 billion. You have no problems.
No, everyone is against me. I worked so hard to earn all this money.
There was one funny thing, which he might be lying about this, but I kind of don't think he is. Where he's like, yeah, Call of Duty sales are down 60% year over year.
Why would Embracer do that?
Why did we have to find out who did this? Who's the betrayer?
I do think it's very funny. One of his arguments is, well, look, Microsoft bad Activision immediately fucked it all up in every conceivable way. That I was right to sell them the company for that price because this was going to happen. I was correct.
There was simply nothing else that could be done.
Like, we heard that story that Activision executives were like, the way we run this company is not tenable for much longer. We need to get out from under this.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Xbox era guy I saw in the replies to this post who making it about poor X people will be mean to poor Xbox over this.
Oh, poor Xbox.
Always.
Man. Jeez.
There's always this conspiracy against Xbox, the little boy.
Yes, it's true. Poor Xbox. Microsoft's just a little guy.
And now, so they canceled that Blade movie this week.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
But look, it's really hard to write a Blade movie.
Look, I'm gonna be real. I 100% believe this is a weird anti-woke pivot somewhere internally in Disney. It's like we got to have a sacrifice for the freaks. That Blade shit isn't working out anyway. Kill it. We wasted 7 years of the career of this actor.
Oh,
At least Sinners had good costumes because of it.
What?
Oh, the movie Sinners. The costumes in that movie were largely sourced from the version of Blade that was supposed to be a period piece.
yeah, I did hear something about that.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wonder what's going to happen to that Arcane Blade game.
Uh-huh. I'm
And
sure
before
it's
somebody
fine.
says,
It's
well,
not
those
coming
things
out
aren't
anyway.
connected, we have it on good authority that these superhero games absolutely get canned if the movie they're in flops.
Uh-huh.
Like apparently, like Wonder Woman survived a little bit, but after 2, it was on the chopping block. Then they wanted to do Flash, and then the Flash came out, and then they weren't going to do the Flash anymore.
Yeah, you should all be worried for Arcane. Absolutely. I can't imagine this working out.
I'm still just so upset that they can't figure out how to make a Blade movie. It's
Uh-huh.
it's so easy. And they
It's-
sit
they
over there crying in the
have
corner
brain
like
rot.
we don't know what to do. Black Panther was so huge. We just don't know why. We need a replacement for Black Panther.
We can't follow up Black Panther with the Blade movie. Correct. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't do that.
It has to be just like, well, Deadpool and Wolverine made $1.5 billion, but we can't make another R-rated superhero movie.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
There's
It's
just
like, are
no
you
way.
fucking? You had Blade in that movie.
Yeah, at this point, if they're canceling that, just give up and get Wesley Snipes back and make him do another Blade movie.
He's so old.
I know he's way too old for this.
It would
Yes,
it would
give
work.
us the Blade, Logan.
It could work if they make it a cyberpunk movie and it's like, yeah, he's old because it's 2045. It's 2448.
That would be fucking awesome.
Hmm.
No, that would be really good.
Like they're hanging around in the cities from the human cities we see in Avatar. But it's just like, let these people rest.
I know, right?
It's just depressing to see his name is not Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart. And Ian McKellen pushing 90 or in their 90s doing this.
Yeah, no, there's no reason.
It'd be depressing to see Blade doing it. It was depressing watching that Power Rangers special Netflix put out where they're all old and busted. And it's like, who wants this? What fucking man-child needs to see the fucking Power Rangers from 35 years ago doing the world's softest fight choreography so they don't break their hips? Like, come on.
Yeah, the craziest thing was the X-Men. It's like, you already recast those two. It's okay.
Well, those movies, even though I'm pretty sure they all made roughly equivalent profits to the early Fox ones.
yeah.
Everything has to be millennials forever. Sorry, every other generation, you're washed.
As someone who likes broadly the X-Men movies, all of it broadly, no, fucking that's stupid. There is no audience who's like, oh, I give zero shits about the new X-Men.
If they give a shit about X-Men, they give a shit about X-Men. Use the new one. This shit is so depressing. I honestly watched that trailer and just laughed and was confounded, thinking, who is in the seat? Who's in the theater seat on day one because of this?
When they first showed in Doctor Strange, I think, in Multiverse of Madness, when they showed Patrick Stewart in that fucking yellow chair, I saw people older than us posting, I've been waiting so long for this. This means so much to me. And I just had to look away. I had to walk away. So I didn't say something nasty. Yeah, like, man, Marvel could have persisted another decade easy if after Endgame they had been like, here's the X-Men. We recast all of them. Here's the new generation of the X-Men. Instead of here's Donut Lord. here's the same fucking Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I love X-Men. And yes, I loved those original actors in those roles, but I love X-Men, so I want X-Men to be good and healthy and like compelling. I don't think what they're doing with this movie is going to be that, but all I know is we absolutely have to do a review. You're going to have to sit in a theater, Chris, for 3 hours and 45 minutes, it sounds like. You excited?
No.
You going to bring a catheter with you?
Look, I haven't seen a Marvel movie in theater since Winter Soldier, and I don't intend to start for fucking Doomsday.
You got to do it for Doomsday. I'm sorry. This is The Last Jedi of fucking Marvel.
God,
no, this is going to be the Rise of Skywalker of Marvel.
Right, yeah,
sorry,
definitely
that's
Rise
what
of
I meant.
Skywalker.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Those two both starting with the gets me fucked up all the time. That's what I actually
like meant. There's supposed to be so many characters in this. I know I keep comparing things to YouTuber movies. But it really is just going to come off like, here's one little scene for every single one, like it's an obligation. Especially since they implied, God, I hope this didn't make it into the movie they actually are making. Them saying, yeah, we've been thinking of doing including the animated stuff too. So like the fucking portal will open and girl Captain America from that What If show will come out in full CG fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit shit.
So,
all right.
When you watch certain things, they have deep cuts and they bake them in a way where you can still enjoy the story and stuff. I have to wonder how much, as someone who's watched zero of those series, Doomsday is just going to be like moment after moment where they look at me and they go, and I go, what? Are you doing a thing? I feel like it's going to be that nonstop. Outside of, the X-Men thing and other things like that, obviously. Where it's just like, please stop. I can't believe Kirst isn't going to watch it. Aggro, are you going to watch Doomsday?
I mean, eventually, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could conceivably watch it once it's out on streaming or something, because it's basically going to be a 3 hour and 45 minute long wake.
Right. And I'm so excited. I want to pre-order the wake now.
Right.
Reminder that Kevin Feige's like, it's fine that the Fantastic Four didn't really make that much money. Everybody will be so excited to see Fantastic Four 2 after they're in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
A thing that'll definitely happen.
We actually, while at MegFest, they started playing Infinity War on TV after the show when we were at the hotel.
Yeah.
So we got to watch that again, but on a terrible hotel TV.
Yeah, and this thing is ancient. It looks like a fucking TV from like 2013 or something, okay? And so it shouldn't have the brains to do soap opera mode, but I swear he was doing the weakest form of soap opera mode. Man, that movie looked fucking Sega CD FMV game core. Like the amount of bad green screening there is in it. Also, it was really funny to watch that with someone who had never seen it. That was really funny. He's like, oh, I get the meme. I see. That's why she's baby in this shot. And I'm like, yeah, that's why she's baby in the shot where he goes, or she goes, what did it cost? And he goes, everything. Yeah. Anyway. Did we have, that's it for news, right?
Yeah, that's all the news. I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything that needs to that was horrible that happened,
Yeah,
or any
nothing
notable news really.
going on right this moment that needs to be said.
I did catch that Limited Run's doing a Hi-Fi Rush physical release. I did catch that, yeah. But that's, I mean,
Oh, I thought that was announced a long time ago.
yeah. I thought that was like, I don't know. Big Think's been so on and off again.
But yeah,
Like-
I thought they announced that back in summer last year.
Yeah. I don't know. There was another thing that
Let me check the layoff site.
Well, the
See if there's
layoffs
anything awful
for
that
the
happened.
industry. Oh no!
Yeah.
Let me check the obituary. No.
Yeah, I don't know who Playtika is, so we won't talk about them.
Okay.
But they fired 500 people apparently.
Oh, that not okay.
Not okay.
Anyway, I think that's it. Some people have asked what end of this is a bit. I am actually sick. That is real. That is not fake. I pulled up the VTuber in order to cough and not just look hideous on camera coughing. Chris, what were you streaming again?
It's a secret, but it's a thing that about being angry and perhaps going back to the past.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What did anyone do back there?
Aggro, you got anything
We
coming up?
don't know.
I have a theory about wild cats being trainable to always return to a given location keyed by temperature changes.
Mm-hmm.
And since, for the most part, your main two overhead costs for farming livestock is your land and your feed, I think I can basically disrupt the lean meat industry in this country by utilizing that technique to basically free range wild cats in situ in my neighborhood, and then using specific seasonal cues, bring them in for, let's call it the harvest, without actually having to put up the hours or the overhead necessary to rear them.
Bob, you got any fun
Doesn't
projects like that going on?
No, I do not.
Does,
I want
does anybody
all lawyers to know I am not involved in that.
You can rest easy on
does
this
anybody
one.
else does anybody else remember the emu fad?
Oh, the
in the
emu meat thing?
90s?
Yeah, I remember that.
What,
when
like
you
My
tweeted
Chemical
that.
Romance?
No, that's emo.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's ever going to come back with the current protein craze. Because everything I've said, yeah, it does mostly just taste like beef.
I never once tried it, but yeah, I think I also read that it just tastes like beef, which is really weird for a bird to taste like. You know? I don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, me being sick, we actually aren't even recording a variety podcast today because I'm hitting the limits of my stamina and what my voice will do. Obviously, we're also not streaming tomorrow. I'll probably be fine by the beginning of next week. So Bob and I may stream something sometime around Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see. Playing it by ear.
Yeah, I feel like last time you said that, it was like, oh, I got way sicker.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and get your bets in now on that fucking site.
Right?
And if you're an audio-only listener, you have no idea I've been a VTuber called Noel Slamrocket this entire podcast. By the way, I was running a secret side trans account where I was a VTuber named Noel Slamrocket, where I did retro achievements on that channel, and I got partnered, and everyone's super supportive of me. And right now, my blue sky is blowing up with people saying nice things to me. So anyways, we're ending Big Thing now. Bye! No, what's that? Get me out of here.
Aggro, you have to do the pitch.
Honestly, this is the part where I just start tuning out, looking at my phone. So I think he probably says something about viewer support and going to the Patreon at patreon.com/GB podcasts, and maybe plugs the stream or thanks viewers for watching. So yeah. Also, if you're into cat meat, hit me up on Discord. I might be able to hook you up.
No!